debt? In too deep? Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union says, stop treading water and get out of the deep end. If you've got debt, make a splash and come get some cash. If Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union can refinance your car, boat, camper, motorcycle, credit cards, personal or home loan, they'll pay you up to $500. So come take the plunge right now. Refinance your loans. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union will pay you. 5 convenient locations. Visit atfcu.com. Equal housing lender.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain event.
Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time.
With your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 pounds and a Ric Flair.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, and we are wasting no time this morning. We are going straight to the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline for our guest, one of our guests today. That is former Vol All-American, currently working with ESPN, does a great job. Chris Burke calling the Tennessee game. We got a few minutes with him this morning. My man, Chris, good morning.
What's going on? What's going on, brother?
Man, everything is going on, man. How about those baseballs this season? What's gotten into them?
Yeah, that was special last night, man. Garrett Stallings looked like a big leaguer. That was a pitching clinic last night by Garrett Stallings. The offense came up with some really big hits, and I don't think they can play a whole lot better than that.
Besides Tennessee, or is there a team in the country that you can put with Tennessee that has exceeded expectations more than Tennessee?
I think just staying in the conference, I think Missouri has done a fantastic job this year. You're talking about 2 northern climate schools in the league that fight some uphill battles with the recruiting side of things. And of course, then Missouri got the whole, NCAA deal to start the year where they maybe weren't going to be eligible for postseason before the year started. Of course, they're appealing that, so technically they are going to be eligible to play. But Steve Beasley always wondered about the mental mindset of your club when you maybe don't even have the carrot of the postseason to play for. But they've been fantastic. Of course, beat Tennessee 2 out of 3 a couple of weeks ago, and lost a tough one last night to Florida. But they look like they're going to make the tournament after a pretty long drought since they've entered the league. So a couple teams from the SEC that have been struggling to get into that postseason mix, I think, will be back in it this year.
Chris, what do you think Tennessee needs to do tonight and tomorrow to get into the NCAA tournament? Do you think they need another win, or do you think with last night's win maybe they're sitting fine?
I think they feel better than they did yesterday after last night's win. But I still think, if you lose the next 2 and then lose game 1 in Hoover, it's still a 13-18 league record. And I don't think that will make them feel real comfortable on Selection Monday. So I know it's weird to say that one game's that big a deal, but just historically the numbers tell you that if you win 14 games and you have an RPI as high as they do, they're going to get in. So really, to me, it's one win the rest of this weekend, or no more wins, and then maybe 2 in Hoover. If you're thinking about feeling really good about yourself, but I think if they win, today or tomorrow, they're in and they can feel pretty good about it. And I'll tell you this: I wouldn't want to be the 1 seed that gets Tennessee or any SEC team coming to their bracket, because it's a loaded field from the league.
Well, speaking of the SEC tournament in Hoover, how deep of a run do you think Tennessee could make, and who do you think is a dark horse to maybe win the SEC tournament?
Yeah, it's a good question. The tournament is always an interesting deal because you started on Tuesday. So how do teams approach their pitching? The one thing we don't know, in our shoes is necessarily how everybody's arms are feeling. And so the teams that have things locked up can play it a little more conservatively. The teams that, need to impress the committee will go a little more aggressively. But you really don't know. It's hard to predict how deep a team can go until you see what coaching staffs decide to do with their pitching. So it's a tough deal to predict. It's not like looking at the basketball tournament where you know what everybody's lineup is, right? So much of baseball is dependent on your starting pitcher, and we'll just kind of have to wait and see how Tennessee lays out their rotation for the event. Because you think about Stallings throws on a Thursday, the tournament's Tennessee's going to play on Tuesday, so he's not going to pitch on Tuesday. Would they bring him back on Wednesday? Probably not if they think they're in, right? And so from there, you're throwing a midweek guy, and that can be a little dicey proposition up against some of the teams in this league.
Chris Burke, ESPN, baseball analyst, college and MLB, former Tennessee All-American here in the Swain event. Just does a great job representing Tennessee. I know you got a border fly. We can hear it in
I'm
the back.
good. I got a few more minutes.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
As a wide receiver, Chris, we like to celebrate when we make a play, especially a touchdown. you like to spike the ball. You want to chest bump your teammates. You want to give the head nod. Sometimes not doing anything at all, just a stare at the crowd is all you need. I prefer a little bit of that in baseball, but you can't do that because then the next time you're at bat, you're going to get hit with the ball. Where are you as far as now, 2019, maybe seeing a little bit more hot sauce in the game of baseball?
I kind of live in the world of everybody has freedom of choice, right? So as a hitter, if you decide that you want to sit there and spell yourself for a little bit, you certainly have the right to do that. But I would also say that the pitcher, if he didn't like the way something went down, has the right to show you his displeasure with the way you decided to act. I'm more of a fan of celebrating with your team post-scoring as opposed to the immediate self-promotion.
Okay.
But I'll be honest with you, Swain, I don't get too worked up about it. If you want to stand there and admire his work, that's fine.
Okay.
He's got every right to do that, and I agree with you that there's some people that enjoy watching that, but I'm not going to get worked up either if a pitcher wants to retaliate. Those are both grown adults. Do your thing, man. You guys, each of you do you, and we'll see how it plays out.
What about like a choreographed dance after the foot hit home plate, like the worm or something like that?
I'm all about it.
Okay, all right.
You seen what Tennessee's doing? They're doing home run beads. Have you seen that?
I have not seen that.
Yeah, so the guy hits a home run, they come in, they take his helmet off, and they put these like Mardi Gras beads on it. So,
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
They've been
Okay.
having a little fun with it. It's been cool. Some people are putting football helmets on dudes when they come in. I mean, there's been some creativity this year in college baseball. It's been good to see.
Chris, each week when you're traveling around to different SEC stadiums and talking with different SEC coaches, are they talking about Tennessee baseball and kind of have their eyebrows raised at Tony Vitello?
Yes. Yeah, I think everybody really, really understands how talented Tennessee's team is. And, the last 3 weeks have been tough from a pitching standpoint, but, the buzz all around the country really early on was just how good their pitching was. And it, Stallings had a sub-2 ERA until his last 3 starts. He got beat up a little bit, and then last night he went out there and looked like the kid he was the first half of the season. So I'm sure if they can get Crochet and Lingenfelter to follow in suit, they get a chance to be the talk of the postseason, really, because they could go from being 15 years out, not in the tournament to I could see them winning a regional. So I think everybody's been really impressed with their pitching. And then, there's some position players that have had some really good years. You look at Solari and Lipsius and the way that Jay Charleston, even though the batting average is down, I mean, he's leading the SEC in stolen bases. So, they can do some things. And here's where I'll give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They're tied for the league lead in fielding percentage. So you're talking about a team that did not field at a super high level last year, but this year they have really defended well, and that's a big piece of why they're knocking on the door.
Chris, let's get you on that plane, my friend. Let's get you in first class where you belong. Where you belong, first class. That's right.
Back by the toilet.
Well, that's sometimes a good thing, man. You just never know what nature may call when you're in the air. Chris, man, thank you so much for your time. I know, I know you feel like the Swain event special for you to do this interview right before you get on the plane. So I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I didn't want to miss it. Hey, and to the fans out there, man, get out and see the boys tonight. It's gorgeous weather. They played worthy of your attendance. It'd be nice to pack that place out on a beautiful Friday night. And then I'll be back Saturday. We're calling the game again Saturday at noon. So looking forward to getting back here. I got to go to Charlotte today, but I'll be back tomorrow.
When you're hungry, you need to get that in barbecue when you're in town, my friend.
I appreciate that. I'll take you up on that.
Let's do it. Chris
right,
Burt,
be well.
Be careful, man. Swain event fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Thank you so much to Mr. Burt, man. Tennessee royalty. We got some folks from Tennessee on ESPN. Courtney Lau, the one and only Chris Lowe. Should have mentioned Chris Lowe first, right?
Hollywood.
Yeah, man. You got Chris Burt. You look over there at TNT and Candace Parker doing her thing. She's a Tennessee queen.
One of the lead softball analysts is Madison Shipman. She was an All-American at Tennessee. So
yeah, we represent, man.
We need a footballer.
We got Charles Davis over there with Fox and NFL Network.
We need a footballer at the college level.
Yeah, we need more, man. We need more. We need more presence. 865-200-5503 B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Now we'll get on the phone with our good friend Seth Stokes. From now to hour 2 here on the Swain event. Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical powers hour number 1. Stay with us.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is the best place in Knoxville to get your happy hour barbecue fix. With new specials and a new menu, there is something for everyone. Dead End Barbecue is offering new happy hour small plate specials starting at just $4. Come in Monday through Friday from 2 to 6 p.m. and enjoy shrimp po' boy sliders, taco bites, barbecue shrimp cocktail, bologna pups, or deviled eggs. Also, enjoy $1 off draft beer and premium pours. Dead End Barbecue, the happy hour search is over.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
As summer selling season heats up, here are 3 home features buyers are loving. Borrow a few or all of these to potentially up the appeal and value of your home. Number 1, get back to basics. Never underestimate the power of a nice walkway, quality mulch, some flowering shrubs, and a couple of nice planters. Number 2, embrace a new neutral. While beige and white are classic, new neutrals are trending. Opt for soft grays, or you can even try a neutral blue. Number 3, open space is all the rage. Homebuyers are still on the hunt for open concept floor plans. Even if your rooms are enclosed, mirrors and ample natural light can help open up your space. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, you need a professional that will be by your side every step of the way. Call me, Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty at 865-694-5904 or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
You're listening to the Swain Event.
And you know this, man?
Swain Event and SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Hey Ben, man, you want to go Dead End Barbecue today, man?
If we go early.
You want to go Dead End Barbecue?
Yes.
Let's do that, man. Oh, my bad, Stokes. I forgot you was on the phone, man. Golly, what's up, dude?
Why are you trying to make me jealous, man?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Why are you trying to rub it in if you get the delicious barbecue and I don't?
Just saying, man. It's okay. It's okay. You got many wedding presents to open and stuff like that, man. I'm gonna have a little present on my plate for lunch today, but you get to open all kind of presents because you just got married, my friend, over the weekend. So congratulations to you. Question: have you nailed down? Okay, baby, you right. Have you nailed that down yet? It ain't been a week.
That's done been nailed down.
Any advice to Ben? And you haven't been married a week. It'd be a week on tomorrow. Any advice to Ben in your first 6 days?
Yeah, just patience, and being. Yeah, I guess that's the big thing. It's just patience when you're starting to bring together everybody's stuff, going through who's keeping what you got room for, all that stuff. Patience and understanding.
There you go.
Those are the two biggest things right there.
I've learned that over the last couple of weeks. We signed a lease for a new apartment, and it seems as if all of my stuff will not make it to the new apartment, and all of my stuff will end up at Salvation Army.
The new apartment you signed a lease for is her new apartment.
Correct. I misspoke.
And you just
it
get
is
to live there.
Exactly.
Just a roommate.
I fixed everything and washed the clothes and
you just
pay the bills.
You just
as does she.
You're just a roommate. Let me ask you about this South Carolina deal. I didn't know South Carolina was so hot.
Always.
I mean, I get there Saturday for the wedding, and the first step out of the vehicle, I'm sweating like, whoa, I wasn't ready for this at all because last Saturday it was nice and chilly and cool but no, South Carolina's hot. But Stokes, man, congratulations. We put you on Attaboy on Monday, and it was a beautiful ceremony. Man, I'm proud to call you my friend. I'm proud of you handling business, doing things the right way. I got a chance to meet Seth's mom and dad, and I got a chance to connect with Papaw again, the one that would threaten people to clean house, which back in the day means I'm going to put these hands on you. That's the old school way of saying I'm going to put these hands on you. So I got a chance to meet the Stokes family. That was cool.
Yeah, man, it was great having you there. Glad you were able to come in and be a groomsman, be part of it, man. That really meant a lot to me. Glad you got to meet everybody, connect with some folks that you've heard a lot about.
Yeah, man.
Never got to meet, so that was awesome seeing everybody coming together and mingling and everybody getting along and having a good time.
Yeah, I didn't tell you this. I'll tell you this now. So I woke up Saturday morning with the worst crick in my neck. It's the worst I've ever had in my life, okay? Like, it's still sore today. Today's Friday, all right? and it was the worst on Saturday. So I was trying not to say anything about it because it's your day, but like all I could do was just turn my shoulders. I couldn't really turn my neck, and so being a groomsman, when you see people walking in the door, or you see people at your peripheral, you try to turn. No, you got to turn your whole body. That was that was weird. I was hoping no one noticed. No one did. So, anyways, Stokes.
I appreciate you playing injured.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 63 effort, man. 63 effort.
That's right.
I fell on the helmet, and that was the truth. That's why my neck was sore. Yeah. Stokes, so looking at some of the week one games, we are officially in countdown mode to college football. Yesterday was 100 games, and if you are familiar with your math, that means today is 99. Pat yourself on the back if you knew that already without me telling you. But I'm looking at week one. You got Miami, you got Florida. That seems to be the game in week 0 or whatever, because they play on the 24th. Arizona, Hawaii plays on 24 too, but no one really cares about them. But you do have Clemson, Texas A&M, in Clemson's second game. You have what's the third game, Ben? We were talking about during the break.
Auburn versus Oregon at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. That is week 1, and then you also have Houston at Oklahoma, Notre Dame at Louisville. Those are the bigger games. You do have an SEC game in Georgia at Vanderbilt.
Which game, week 1, week 2, Stokes, out of those that we just mentioned, which game kind of gets your attention?
And I must mention Alabama and Duke.
Might care about that.
South Carolina and North Carolina.
Might care about that.
Ole Miss and Memphis.
I don't care about that.
You don't think Duke and David Cutcliffe stands a chance?
No.
No.
Not a snowball chance.
Fair enough.
Nope.
No, especially without David Jones.
Daniel.
Yeah. See, that
guy.
That explains everything right there.
Mr. Jones.
Or as we renamed him, Daniel Manning.
Yeah. So.
Oh, he definitely Archie's long lost son.
They have no chance.
No. As the game that, as John L. Smith, former interim Arkansas Razorbacks head coach, would say, it gets my pee hot, is probably A&M Clemson.
Because Clemson, they are the defending champions?
Well, because they're the defending champions, and that was a fun game to watch last year.
Yeah.
That game was exciting. Came down really to the very, very, very end of the game. I'm looking forward to seeing those two teams square off again. And that Auburn-Oregon game is really interesting to me as well.
The game that's interesting to me is I know these two teams will have a whole locker room of guys where their pee will be very, very hot. And that is Miami and Florida. We're talking about warm-ups probably having to be restrained. These two teams hate each other. Remember the old times where Miami and Florida State would meet at midfield and have to be kind of held back by the coaches and support staff? I mean, these two teams hate each other. You have Van Diaz that's come in there, and he's trying to change the mindset, change the culture. He's young. He's a defensive coach, so you know he's going to be intense. And then old goofy Dan Mullen right now. We knew he had a little Butch Jones in him. Better coach, but handling drama, he's not really good at that. And he has that going on right now in Florida. But I like that Miami-Florida matchup.
Ooh, week 2. This one intrigues me more than A&M Clemson. LSU at Texas.
Yeah.
That's an interesting ball game right there.
That's probably better than anyone in week 1 to me is LSU Texas, because Texas is supposed to make a huge step. This is the first time in a long time for LSU where they've had a fairly productive quarterback more than 1 year entering the season with some expectations in Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
So I like that matchup, man. I like that a lot.
You even have BYU and Tennessee that week as well.
Boy, stop. As a Tennessee fan, we interested in that, but I don't know if a college football fan say, hey, Marty, man, you want to get together, go down there to our favorite bar, check out BYU and Tennessee? Huh, Marty? I just made up Marty. Marty, let's get
I
together.
thought you were referencing Marty Smith.
Let's get together, Marty. Check out BYU and Tennessee. If you're not a Tennessee fan, come on, man. You don't care about Tennessee.
No.
I guess. What about Vanderbilt at Purdue?
Ben, stop. Everybody
We
care
know
about
you love Vanderbilt, Ben, but come on, man. Quit mentioning them.
If you're going to make fun of me for loving Vanderbilt, at least say their name right. It's Vanderbilt, Stokes.
Yeah, you know,
They don't even deserve that at this point.
you know, Stokes forgot how to do it, man. He in South Carolina, you know.
I'll never forget how to call them Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I tell you what, I probably rub some of your wedding guests wrong. There was a young lady there, and I gotta watch it. Like I got a problem, Stokes. I can't put down my SEC hate at the right time.
I know the feeling, brother.
Like if I'm on Paul Feinbaum, okay, I can put it down. All right, I can turn it off a little bit. You know, if I'm on 104.5 The Zone, you know, big time radio station Nashville, I can put it down. No, I'm not gonna talk too much trash about Vanderbilt. Damn sure ain't gonna talk it right now. Lost last 5-7 times. You know, I ain't gonna go there. But anyways, I know how to put my SEC hate to the side at the right time. But I picked the wrong time not to put it to a side, I feel like. Driving on my way home, I really thought about this, Stokes. I feel bad. There was a young lady, a friend of the bride, okay? Best friends with the bride. And she did the wedding for you guys, right? She officialed the wedding.
She's the officiant.
It was her first time doing it. And after the service, during the reception, I was drinking my beer. And I was being polite. I said, hey, you, good job. You did a really good job. It was awesome. A lot of love in the room. It was great. And then she proceeded to tell me that she was an Auburn fan. And my body language changed. I think I might have been a little bit more rude to her. Seth, I couldn't put down my SEC hate. And then your stepdaddy, who I talk to the most, who, man, he plays, you know, music, rock band. I mean, loves cars. I mean, he's a cool dude, man. Like he's your man. We were connecting, and then he revealed to me that he was a Georgia fan.
Woo!
And
here's the thing about that is he likes to tell people he's a Georgia fan, and he does hope they do really well. But the man doesn't really watch much football unless I'm in the house.
Yeah.
And so he's more of a, you know, he grew up liking Georgia, but he's not. He's very, very, very much just a passing fan. Like, I don't even think he owns any gear, anything like that. Like, he likes sports, but they're just not. Music is his thing.
Yeah, like I picked the wrong time to be in SEC football mode. I'm supposed to not be in that mode at a wedding, but like those two people made me want to get ready for football season, and I think I had like a little attitude towards them because they were Georgia and Auburn fans. But then Papaw, my man Papaw, your granddaddy brought a Tennessee cake. I mean, it was huge. It was a groomsman cake. He brought this Tennessee cake all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. He was telling me how, I think he put a seatbelt around it. He was so afraid that it would fall and mess up. He said he was nervous on every bounce and every turn. And that Tennessee cake was sitting right there on that table, just looking so good. And I think I avoided your stepdad and your bride's friend because they're Georgia Auburn fans. And I was trying to talk to your papa most of the time because he's one of us. He was a Tennessee fan, Stokes. So if anyone was saying that Jason Swain guy, he was rude, it's because they wasn't Tennessee fans. So I just want to apologize, Stokes.
Oh, you're good, man. It's all good. I'm proud that you had your SEC hate on because SEC hate never stops. It's a full-time job, 24/7, 365. And yeah, she's got a friend that's an Auburn fan. She's got a friend that's an Alabama fan, and I talk so much trash to them. And I love every second of it.
Yeah.
Just wait until you arrive at my wedding with a bunch of Bammers.
Oh, your guest gonna hate me. I might wear my Buck Fama T-shirt with a sports coat to your wedding.
You should. You should, actually. I want you to.
Hold on. Wait. Are you serious?
Yes.
So you're giving me permission to wear my Buck Fama T-shirt to your wedding?
Yes, that is what I am.
You see how slow I had to say
yes.
Buck Fama?
Oh, man, you gotta be careful with that.
You don't want to slip it up.
Yeah, we in trouble.
No, the SEC will be well represented at my wedding. Tennessee, Auburn, Bama, Vandy, Arkansas, Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
I'm writing this down, man.
Pretty much everybody from, and I think, will we have a Georgia fan there? I don't believe any Georgia fans will be there, so that's good. No Kentucky fans, no Florida fans, but everybody else will be represented, unfortunately.
I'm just striking up a little contract here, Ben. I just need you to sign your name right here in this sticky note.
Wait,
it says Ben gave me permission to wear Buck Fama shirt to wedding. No,
wait, isn't this a test?
No.
Don't I need to run this by the fiance as well?
I need to put his wedding because sometimes the language can mess up. In the contract, you may try to get a lawyer, and might not work out. All right, it says Ben gave me permission to wear Buck Fama shirt to his wedding
with a sports coat. You have to clean it up a little bit.
Okay, with sports coat. All right, there it is, man. There's a document. I need you to sign and initial your name right here on the sticky note.
Okay.
Here's a pen. All right, sign it, man. I need permission. Stokes.
I'm a witness to this.
You witnessing? All right. It says Ben. Man, you sound just like a second grader.
I did not sign it like a second grader.
Man, you grown man now. You gotta get a grown man signature, man.
That is my grown man signature. Deal with it.
What is this?
What is that?
Stokes.
It's just a little scribble.
Yes.
Stokes, did you get an invitation to the wedding?
I did.
Okay.
Stokes has a longer drive for you than you.
It don't matter, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I need Stokes to show up in a I Hate Georgia t-shirt.
Yeah, I'm doing it, man. I'm doing it. My wife probably is not gonna let me do it, but I'm doing it.
Yeah, I didn't run that by the fiance, but
I'm doing it.
That.
Nope.
Oh yeah, Ben. There's another piece of advice for you. Any major decision and any decision you might think is minor, just go ahead and run that by the fiance and the wife.
Yeah, I've started practicing that.
Yeah, that's good practice. Yep.
Nope. I got a signed sticky note, man. It's a wrap. I'm doing it. 865-255-03 B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. We got our guy Seth Stokes with us. Swain Event. Be right back.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can. Because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling cause you'll know that you're in love.
It's freezing in here, Mary. What's wrong with your heater? The repairman can't get here till next week. Sugar, you've got the wrong guy. My guy is fast and has free heating service calls when he does the repair.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Hiller. Take advantage of a free service call with any repair.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers, or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy.
Craving flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at your local grocery store. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gluten-free select varieties like the cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy small-town flavor in every bite. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
You're listening to the Swain event.
And you know this, man.
The NBA Combine was yesterday. I spent as much time as I could trying to watch it and look for Tennessee. Didn't really see as much as I would like to see from Tennessee, but heard some nice reports, especially on Jordan Bone. Grant Williams' leadership and kind of his off the court presence was probably his best yesterday. He did not necessarily play great, which he have an opportunity to come out today and correct that. But Jordan Bone stole the show in his testing. Gut feeling, Stokes. You think Grant leaving? Do you think he's staying?
I think, honestly, if he comes out and performs on the court like he did yesterday, I think there's a good chance he stays. Like, I know his leadership's up there and stuff, but he still has a little bit in his game to develop. And, Barnes and company, that's a good group to develop under. I think he could end up staying. I mean, I don't. That's tough. I guess we'll find out. Was it Saturday? That's what he said he would announce it.
Yeah.
But if he comes out and performs average again, or not average, but just not up to what he's capable of, then I could see him staying another year.
The best way for him to announce that he is staying is to say, "Respect my decision. No interviews, please." Oh, dude, that would be hilarious if you did that. That would be great.
I kind of, if he did decide to stay, which I don't think he will. Stokes, you are a movie guru. What is the Wolf or the? I haven't seen this movie, so forgive me for butchering it. Wolf on Wall Street, or what is that movie name?
The Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah.
Okay, so I had it right. Isn't there a clip in that movie where he's like, "I'm not blanking leaving," or something along those lines?
Yeah.
And there's a GIF of that, or Grant can get the video clip and post that to his Twitter. I'm not going anywhere.
That would be great.
And then everybody in the background explodes and goes crazy.
Yeah,
that would be hilarious.
That would be great. I mean, I want him to do what he wants to do. I want him to be happy, and
yes.
I know there's not much more he can do here at Tennessee. I don't know if they're gonna win a national championship. He could win a SEC tournament title. That's something that he has not done. He could make history to be one of, I think, the third player in SEC history to three-peat as SEC Player of the Year. I mean, there's some things he can accomplish, but there's not much. I want him to go get his money. I want him to get his money and stay healthy and do those things. But this is a tough decision, man. Tough decision for him. And honestly, I really don't have a feel one way or the other of is he going or staying. To be honest,
it's tough to call. I don't blame him for at least trying the water to see what it's like, and if he can, do it right yet. I don't know. Getting that little taste, he'll be like, all right, I'm just gonna go ahead and go, or if he's gonna be like, I'm not necessarily ready. Like it's tough to call, and he's a pretty level-headed kid, but money talks.
Money talks. Yeah, money talks. 100%. 865-255-03 is our telephone number to the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Swain Event fueled by Dead End Barbecue. We got our good friend Seth Stokes on that hotline with us this morning for another 15, 20 minutes, and really appreciate him joining us this Friday. A lot of news in the SEC and nothing being said about Tennessee, which is a good thing. You don't want the attention on you. We had Pruitt on the show earlier this week, Stokes, and I asked him about media days, and I gave him my choice, John Warren Jennings. I'm not going to sit here and stomp for him every single day, but I do kind of see how that can benefit Tennessee in recruiting and how Tennessee can be a little bit different than everyone else. And I think if you're Tennessee and you're trying to get back, you're already like 2 laps behind from some of the other SEC teams and some of the other football programs in America. I think to get back, you got to do something different. You can't do what they're doing to make up ground. You got to be a little bit different. I think kind of going against the grain may help you do that. Pruitt allowed the assistant coaches to talk during the spring, a move that was not made last year. He wanted to be the only voice, and I certainly understand why. But again, Pruitt was on the show on Tuesday, and I'll tell you what else he asked, and this is a quote that's kind of been put out there by several sites, maybe the highlight of the interview, but he mentioned the players already having a break. They've already went home for Christmas. They already went home a week during spring break, and it's time to work. Why would you want to go home right now? I mean, it's time to work.
He didn't go play intramurals, did he?
Man, he would have set the world on fire if he would have pulled that line.
That's very close to what was it, Hawkins that said that?
Yep, Dan Hawkins,
Yep.
man, one of my favorite sound bites from a college football coach. It's probably my favorite, to be honest. It's probably the number one on my list.
I saw that quote and I was waiting to read if you don't want to do that, go play intramurals, baby.
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, I like that. I like that he said that. It made me happy.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. They do get a lot of time off. It would be good to have the players on campus during the summer working and getting better and not taking quite as much time off. I'm with him on that.
You get plenty of time off. You get the weekends off during summer.
Yep.
I mean, you don't play games, so you get the weekends off, and so you want to go home. You can go home. Tennessee, I want to ask you about this, Stokes and Ben. Tennessee a couple days ago announced the Vol Pass option for tickets, and this appears to be a good deal for the fans to be able to buy tickets at what seems to be a little bit of a lower price. I'm trying to pull up the information here to be able to explain it.
I know it off the top of my head.
Really? You do? Are you planning on buying some tickets, man?
I'm looking into it because it seems like a very good option. So what it is I believe the price is $280 for a ticket.
Yep.
And if you pay that $280, That gets you a ticket to every single Tennessee home game, which is 8 games, which comes out to $35 a game.
Okay.
And it's pretty much season tickets. The only difference or two is that you don't have to pay or donate money in addition to buying the ticket like you normally do with a season ticket. And then B, you're not sitting in the same seat every single week. So the Monday before each home game, you get an email or you go into somewhere and you claim a seat. They'll present you a list of where you can sit, and you go in on Monday and you pick where you're going to sit.
It says after the initial purchase, the Vol Pass membership is activated, and with the allvols.com account, on Monday prior to each home game, Vol Pass members will receive access to select their tickets from a seat inventory until noon on Friday. During the seat selection process, members will have the opportunity to purchase additional single game tickets if available at face value. So it's basically for like first come, first serve.
Mm-hmm.
So you better set an alarm on your phone.
Pretty much. Now you are guaranteed a ticket regardless, but it is first come, first serve in the sense of they will, say 100 seats will be available. If 100 people sign up for the Vol Pass, then 100 seats will be available, and I imagine they're all throughout the stadium.
You know what this reminds me of, Stokes? Maybe you can identify, because I know you be on this website. Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish before y'all start making faces. Let me finish. Goodness gracious. Golly, you're jumping to conclusions. On this website, it's called eBay. And when you are bidding on an item, I remember back in the day, I would bid on an item thinking I won, like 5 seconds until the bid is over. And I bid on it and still lose. Like, how does that happen? So you better refresh, reload as fast as possible to make sure that the tickets or the seats you think you're getting that you have got. It kind of reminds me a little bit of eBay bidding, a little bit.
A little bit. I think this is a cool thing. I don't think this is a bad move by the university, and your season ticket holders are going to be your season ticket holders. Like, I don't think it's going to affect them much, because they enjoy that security, knowing I'm getting this seat all the time. This is the seat I'm paying for. This is where I want to sit. This is it. So if you don't mind sitting in different places each game, which you would if you were just, that's what you would do if you were just buying tickets outright from a third-party site or something like that before the game, it just guarantees you a ticket to all the home games for, really, I know it's a lump sum up front, but in the long run, you're saving money, especially if you're planning on going to all the games.
You're getting into the Georgia game for $35.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you are saving money. Go try to find a ticket to the Georgia game the week of on StubHub.
Zero chance.
It ain't gonna be $35.
This move to me is Tennessee. This move to me is Tennessee saying, "Listen, I know we haven't been good.
Yes,
but we still need our money. Like, we got things we got to pay for. How about we do this? How about we compromise, Vol fans? We're gonna give you this block of seats. We're gonna give you a cheaper price, and we're gonna allow you to pick your seats. But we still need things we got to pay for. But we understand we've not been good either. So I think this looks like a compromise from Tennessee going, yeah, product has not been good. Here's a Vol Pass option for you.
Now, they did do this for basketball season too. So I agree with you. But I wonder if Tennessee does become good again, which one day they will. But when Tennessee does become good again, will they continue to do the Vol Pass? Because they did just do it with basketball season, and it was a great success. Now, I don't know. I think that they will continue to do it. It just won't be a whole lot of Vol Passes available. And if you don't go on right away and purchase one, then you probably won't get one.
If Tennessee is whooping booty, I will be disappointed if they still have this. I'm sorry to those that want to save some money, but if the product is better, you need Prices need to be a little bit higher.
I think they'll continue to do it. They'll just raise the price that you pay up front. Instead of $280, it'll be much higher.
Yeah. Something is worth as much as people are willing to pay for it.
Yes.
So, I would hope that the ticket prices would increase if Tennessee would win. I'm pretty sure everybody would be willing to pay an extra $100 for a ticket if Tennessee was winning 11, 12 games.
Oh yeah.
I know I would. Yeah, I know I would. Knoxville News Sentinel reported in January, according to 247 Sports, via open records request that Tennessee averaged 77,906,000 in actual attendance. The number of fans in the stadium, not tickets sold. At home last season, the Vols drew a crowd of 87,797 for the Florida game, and then 85,115 against Alabama. So, yeah, that's why you got that Vol Pass price. And I was at the Mizzou game, and it definitely looked like 70,840 at that game. It was a lot of people wearing silver, the same color as the bleachers. Oh man, Stokes, anything this week stood out to you, college football wise, baseball wise, basketball wise? Anything stood out to you this week in the world of sports?
Baseball wise, it's awesome seeing Tennessee baseball continue to run through some people. I'm enjoying the product that Vitello's putting on the diamond. Basketball wise, you think people feel kind of silly for sleeping on Jordan Bone a little bit?
I mean, he tested better than any other point guard. I did see where they Jay Billis was a little bit, I don't want to say disappointed, but he expected a little bit more in his 5-on-5. But he has opportunity today to come out and play a little bit better. But I mean, the dude is fast, man. He's super athletic, and I don't know. Was he used properly at Tennessee? Could he have been used a little bit better at Tennessee? I don't know, man. I really don't. But he's a freak athlete for sure.
Well, you saw, I mean, in spots last year, the explosiveness and the speed, just the burst that he has, and how he could just run past the opposition whenever he wanted. Essentially, like you didn't really see anybody on the court that could beat him to the basket. No,
he's going to enter the league as one of the fastest players. You know, even as a rookie.
Yeah.
It's going to be curious to see like which teams like, okay, he fits with us.
Right.
You know, he fits with us because you're not seeing this slow down, dribble the air, pound the air out of the ball before you shoot a shot type of offense right now in the NBA. I mean, they're up and down. They're shooting long distance shots. I mean, the analytics point to threes, free throws, and layups, and getting up and down the court as being the recipe for victory. So where does Jordan Bone fit in that equation? Which team will see him and go, okay, he fits what we want to do? I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see kind of where Grant fits in. You know, he measured at 6'7" with shoes on. Where does Admiral fit? You know, he has an extended game outside the paint. He can shoot the three. He can post you up, but you know, he's not even 6'7". So who is he going to guard on defense? He's guarding two guards in the league. We'll see, but where they are selected and kind of where they land up is something that I'll be paying attention to.
Oh, absolutely. Because from a height standpoint, I mean, they are kind of tweeners.
Yeah.
Like it's tough to find a spot for their skill set with their size.
They are, my friend. Stokes, congratulations. This will be a week for you tomorrow. So you'll be celebrating your week anniversary tomorrow. And thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of the wedding, and thanks for joining us this morning. Really appreciate it.
Hey, man, appreciate you being able to make it into town to be part of the wedding. It was a really special day having you there, man. It would not have been the same without you, and we're going to be enjoying some cold drinks and some hot sun on the beach in Charleston tomorrow, celebrating that 1 week and getting out of town for a little bit. And I got to give a shout-out to the wife. She surprised me at the wedding We had all the music picked out. A guy I worked with was playing the guitar, real talented kid named Austin, and had everything picked out, ready to go. And we're walking back down the aisle after we were pronounced man alive or whatever, and I heard the song playing. I was like, that's not what we were going to have him play. But I recognized it. Get outside. Kelly was like, you didn't recognize the song? I was like, I do, but I can't place it. She goes, Seth, that's Rocky Top.
Yep.
I was like, oh my gosh, I've got the best wife in the world. And I'm an idiot, but I recognize it. But also, my mind was nowhere near that realm at that time.
No, you're right, man.
But it was a really, really, really awesome surprise. Someone sent us a cell phone video for the end of the ceremony, so I heard it. He did a great job playing it. It was kind of a slowed down, toned down version of it, and it was really, really awesome.
That's right. Stokes played Rocky Top at his wedding. You never question Stokes. Yep. Never question Stokes.
Never. And it got played during the reception about 3 different times.
Yeah. It's okay, Stokes, man. We know where your head was, man. You think about that honeymoon.
Yes, sir.
Giggity. All right, Stokes. Have a good weekend, my friend.
Yes, sir.
See ya. Let's see if we can sneak in a call right quick before we go to our top of the hour break. Let's get to Turkey Man. Turkey Man, good morning.
Good morning, individuals. I was going to try to catch Stokes there before you left. I was going to congratulate him, so maybe you'll hear it on the air there. And tell him we miss him. And I was going to ask him a question because I don't get an opportunity to ask him much while you had him on the air, but I was wanting his input there. You think we'll have the Bone Zone back at basketball this coming next season?
No.
You don't think you?
No.
You think the Bone Zone will be in the NBA?
I think the Bone Zone will be.
I don't know about the NBA, but professional basketball somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back. So.
I hate that.
Yeah, the Bone Zone will be in a different time zone.
I was going to ask Stokes if he felt like that this would be the year that we beat Muschamp, since he's over in South Carolina land.
I don't see why not.
I mean, it should be, shouldn't it?
I mean, you should have won last year's game.
Thought so.
I mean, I don't see why you shouldn't be expected to win the game at home this year. I mean, I think that's one of those toss-up games. You know,
too.
Yeah, you have automatic L's that we can look at. You know, Alabama is one of those games, but South Carolina's not one of those games to me. That's a toss-up game.
Yep. Well, guys, I get out of here. Hope you have a great weekend and enjoy it as always.
You too, my friend. What you shaking your head about, Ben? You think that's an L?
No. Well, if I had to pick the game today, I think it is an L, but I agree with you. I think it is a toss-up game. I think South Carolina is a more experienced football team, especially along the defensive line and offensive line.
Yeah.
And I like Jake Bentley. So,
yeah,
if I had to bet on the game today, I would pick South Carolina, but I do agree. It's at home. It's a toss-up game. It is absolutely a game that Tennessee could win.
Yeah, that's how I feel, man. That's how I feel. There's no reason why Tennessee should not win that game, to be honest. 865-200-5503. B-Drive Law Improvement Hotline, hour 2, around the corner.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
Touchdown or turnover is up next on the Swain event.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com.
In debt? In too deep? Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union says, stop treading water and get out of the deep end. If you've got debt, make a splash and come get some cash. If Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union can refinance your car, boat, camper, motorcycle, credit cards, personal or home loan, they'll pay you up to $500. So come take the plunge right now. Refinance your loans. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union will pay you. 5 convenient locations. Visit atfcu.com. Equal housing lender.
Touchdown or turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Let me get to my man Andy on the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Andy may be asleep. Andy.
The beast ain't asleep.
He said
Andy.
the beast is not asleep.
Andy's in the house. Good morning, Andy. How you doing?
How y'all doing this morning?
Wonderful, man. Wonderful. Bless.
Well, 2 things. Well, first, let's go with so yesterday on Twitter, Tony Recipe posted videos of Jarrett Garantano working, and I tell you what, he looks better every day. It just, the positive feedback from his coach just is unbelievable. Another thing, I don't understand what's going on with Jordan Davis's commitment. I don't know if he's maybe worried that he's going to have to put in work, or I don't know. It just don't make sense. Maybe it's because Art Green took his spot.
How? He's they play 2 different positions.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, he was ranked the number 1, and now he's ranked number 2. I don't know. It just that one right now just blows. Just, I don't know. Just don't make sense.
Well, the reason why you have some questions about Jordan Davis is because on Twitter yesterday there was some Twitter activity that may concern some Tennessee fans. Ben, what was that Twitter activity?
So he put out a top 6 that did not include Tennessee, and then he later deleted the tweet. I don't know how long he left it up. I know it was up for at least 5 or 10 minutes, enough for everybody to see it, and then he did end up deleting it at some point.
Maybe we need to get one of our committed players to have a one-on-one with him and maybe try to comfort him, so to say, and see what's on his mind. Because let me tell you something about Daryl Middleton. Daryl Middleton was almost about to leave. And I ain't going to lie, I asked him, why he felt like he wanted to leave. And he was scared, so to say. But once us Vol Nation comforted him and everything, he was fine. So it makes me kind of wonder if he's maybe going through the same thing. Because, they have a lot at stake. we're trying to go back on top as quick as possible. And that's how can you say it? That is a task that we're going to have to go ahead against. So I don't know.
So it sounds like you need to find out what's going on with Jordan Davis, Andy.
I can't direct message Jordan Davis, but I know Daryl can.
Well, I may have an answer here in a little bit of what happened. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it was just a mistake. Beans looking at me. I don't know, man.
How do you accidentally tweet out a top 6? Like, the only way that it is possible that it was a mistake is if a teammate took his phone and tweeted that out to be funny. But I'm not buying that because there's no sign of Tennessee on his Twitter whatsoever at the moment.
So he's pulling a Josh Rosen?
Correct.
Hey, man, whatever, man.
We'll
see.
Anyway, y'all have a wonderful weekend, and maybe we'll get some visits this weekend and get some committed players. I haven't really heard of any visitors yet. It'd be nice to get a couple in Knoxville to get the momentum going.
I believe Tennessee is receiving a visit from a 4-star linebacker from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, who is committed to Alabama. His name slips my mind at the moment, but I believe he is one that is visiting this weekend.
Okay, I'll try to dig around on that Saturday or Sunday. But y'all have a wonderful weekend.
All right, man. See you. Oh, man, recruiting. Oh, recruiting. Isn't it just fun? Especially in May.
Swain, I want to know why recruit a 4-star linebacker from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, that is committed to Alabama.
Why recruit him?
Yes. Well, I mean, I know that he's good. Obviously, you recruit him for that sense. But here's what I'm saying. It's probably a waste of time. Why not spend your time elsewhere? That's what I'm asking. Because what is the likelihood of a 4-star linebacker committed to Alabama from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, flipping to Tennessee?
I mean, that kid could possibly get processed, to be honest.
But do we want a kid that gets processed?
Yes. Absolutely. I do want a kid who may get processed from Alabama. Last time I checked, we are in no position to say, you know what? Bama got 25 spots. They may not have room for a guy. We don't want the guy who's 26. No, thank you. No. We want kids who Bama had in their top 5 and we took them away. Who are we right now?
Jackson Bratton is the name of the young man. He is the 180th overall player in the country, the 5th rated inside linebacker. As I said, he is committed to Alabama from Muscle Shoals High School in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. 6'3", 225.
Yeah.
And I believe he is scheduled to visit Tennessee this weekend.
Man, we are in no position to say we don't want that kid. And you continue to recruit him because you never know what's going to happen. That's why. And, hey, you have a staff with Alabama high school coaching experience. You never know what might happen, man. You never know.
Here's my concern. And I'm not trying to say the coaching staff is making a bad decision by doing this. I'm not trying to say that at all. Just assuming that he does not get processed at Alabama. I don't want another Chris Russell situation on our hands where we are spending a ton of time going after somebody that probably is going to be hard to flip, and then you have other linebackers within state or in the Carolinas or nearby, and you're slow playing them. This kid ends up going to Alabama, and then around signing day, you're kind of in a tough spot looking for a linebacker.
I'll tell you this. It's not like Tennessee is hosting 35, 40 prospects this weekend on campus. So they'll be able to spend time with him on campus and still make the necessary calls. Remember, these dudes don't sleep. They don't take time off. So there's enough time in the day to where you still can make your necessary phone calls. But when you have players who are coming on campus, that's where your attention needs to be. And if you can get someone to come up, visit Knoxville, then you make them a priority, and you never know what might happen.
Yeah, and he cites his relationship with Jeremy Pruitt as the reason he is willing to visit Tennessee despite being committed to Alabama for over a year. He told 24/7 that he was the first coach that started recruiting me when he was at Alabama. Me and him have a connection because he was the first coach that ever really talked to me recruiting-wise. I see him as a great guy, and he's a great coach too. He's down to earth, easy to talk to. I have a lot of respect for him because I've known him for a long time now.
Man, Tennessee was really close this past recruiting cycle, flipping a top 50 player that picked Alabama. Like it came down to like the very last second, and Tennessee felt very confident that they had him, and the kid went to Alabama. So you're going to get one of those guys. Like, you keep plugging away. You have to be careful. I agree with you. You got to be careful with how you spend your time. You don't want to chase a moving car that you can't catch up with, and then miss the opportunity to get another player. But we are not in a position to be like, hey, no, we can go recruit committed players, because hey, we gonna keep recruiting to Rakeem Jarrett.
Right.
I hope so. We gonna keep recruiting. Hopefully we're gonna keep recruiting Tate Ratledge. I don't know if he will not take a phone call, but I think you still keep the line of communication open. You just never know. The worst thing ever is like when you see an ugly person act like they are a supermodel with how they behave and how they act, how they treat people, nose up. No, we are not in any position to be like, no, we don't want players that they get cut from Bama's recruiting class. No, I want them, please.
Yeah.
I would have them right now, 100%.
Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to make it seem like that. I know I said that, but I was not trying to make it seem like that. I just don't want another Chris Russell situation on our hands.
No, that makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. 865-255-03. Stay with us.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers, or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy.
Top 100 Barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is the best place in Knoxville to get your happy hour barbecue fix. With new specials and a new menu, there is something for everyone. Dead End Barbecue is offering new happy hour small plate specials starting at just $4. Come in Monday through Friday from 2 to 6 p.m. and enjoy shrimp po' boy sliders, taco bites, barbecue shrimp cocktail, bologna pups, or deviled eggs. Also, enjoy $1 off draft beer and premium pours. Dead End Barbecue. The happy hour search is over.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
As summer selling season heats up, here are 3 home features buyers are loving. Borrow a few or all of these to potentially up the appeal and value of your home. Number 1, get back to basics. Never underestimate the power of a nice walkway, quality mulch, some flowering shrubs, and a couple of nice planters. Number 2, embrace a new neutral. While beige and white are classic, new neutrals are trending. Opt for soft grays, or you can even try a neutral blue. Number 3, open space is all the rage. Home buyers are still on the hunt for open concept floor plans. Even if your rooms are enclosed, mirrors and ample natural light can help open up your space. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, you need a professional that will be by your side every step of the way. Call me, Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty at 865-694-5904 or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
It's freezing in here, Mary. What's wrong with your heater? The repairman can't get here till next week. Sugar, you've got the wrong guy. My guy is fast and has free heating service calls when he does the repair.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Hiller. Take advantage of a free service call with any repair.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
Touchdown or Turnover is backed by Elcoatin Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
All right, touchdown or turnover. I'll make this really easy for you. It may not be easy. Do you feel like all 3 of Tennessee's players in the combine, Jordan Bone, Amber Schofield, Grant Williams, touchdown, turnover, all 3 will be drafted?
Touchdown. I think Grant Williams is not coming back. I don't think it's a tough call at this point. And it's not that he played bad yesterday. He just was not shooting very well because Jonathan Givony and of ESPN and Draft Express and some other guys that were at the combine were very complimentary of Grant Williams' game outside of him shooting. Jonathan Givony tweeted out that Grant Williams couldn't buy a basket, but he showed the value he can bring in other areas with his passing and defense. Looked good covering ground on switches and made some plays around the rim. IQ competitiveness is off the charts. Needs to bounce back offensively tomorrow. So I think Grant Williams is going to get drafted in the first round. I think Admiral will be drafted late in the first round, early second round. And I think Jordan Bone will sneak in to the late second round. Jordan Bone, as you mentioned, Jay Billis said that he wasn't all that impressed with his 5-on-5 showing, would have liked to have seen more. But in those first couple of minutes, Jordan Bone did look good. Hit a mid-range jumper at the top of the key. Also had a floater off the backboard that was real pretty. And then after that, he did kind of get a little sloppy. Looked like he was trying to do too much, trying to prove himself too much. I think he needs to settle down and just be him. And if he does that, I think he will be perfectly fine. But although Bone didn't necessarily play to his capability yesterday, he was matched up with Tremont Waters, and I thought it was evident that Jordan Bone was much better than Tremont Waters.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
This sounds like something that
a lot of people have said, not just you.
Not a lot of people.
Well, outside of Knoxville, a lot of people have not, and the reason being is simply because of recruiting rankings. Tremont Waters was a high-level recruit entering college. Jordan Bone was not, but
they didn't give Tremont Waters first team All SEC because of recruiting rankings.
True.
What's up with that?
That's true. But my point being is Tremont Waters is one of the guys that is listed ahead of Tennessee on these point guard draft boards, and I have not agreed with it from the jump. So I do think Jordan Bone will impress this week enough to where he will slide into the late second round and be drafted. So I say touchdown. All three gets drafted.
I think if all three guys stay in the draft, I think all three guys will get drafted. The reason why is because I think they'll all have the guys who did not have the best day will come back today, have a better day. You also got to keep in mind that none of the guaranteed top 10 guys, they're participating. So they need to be dominating. I mean, our Tennessee guys need to be using that as an opportunity to really show out. So I think they will come out today and be better, man. Sometimes in basketball, the shot just doesn't fall. I've seen Steph Curry go 0 for and struggle an entire game, not just for a half, but I've seen him struggle for an entire game. You shake it off, you come back the next day, and then those shots will fall. 865-255-03, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline.
I thought it was very cool that at the beginning of the NBA Combine coverage yesterday, which ran from 3 to 7 on ESPN2, I believe it was, or maybe ESPN, but one of the channels, and such will be the same today. The Combine coverage will be from 3 to 7 on one of those channels, and I got to watch the very beginning, which was very cool because they started off the broadcast by talking about Grant Williams and talking about Jordan Bone. They could have talked about anybody, but they were quick to tell a story from Kendrick Perkins, who is one of the coaches, and talked about how Grant Williams, when he found out who his 5-on-5 team was trying to scheme up some plays and figure out what each player's strengths and were, and to just kind of scheme and be the best team possible in that situation. And that really helped Grant Williams. Oh, I wouldn't say really helped, because I feel like most people knew that about Grant Williams, but it left a lofty impression on several NBA front offices, and I thought that was very cool.
You don't see that often.
No.
And so that impressed Kendrick Perkins, which I've never seen Kendrick Perkins smile. So one of the scariest dudes in the league when he was playing, man. He was the enforcer, but you just don't see that a lot. So Grant Williams certainly impressed folks with his leadership abilities. But we'll see what happens, man. I'll be watching today, too, as much as I can to see how our guys bounce back today. 865-255-03, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Andy, if you are listening, don't know if you decide to go back to sleep or go to sleep after working. You do not need to reach out to Jordan Davis. I think we all right. So someone on the text box asked if Andy was a coach. I did not know how to answer that.
He may not be a coach.
Officially, no.
He's probably not a coach, but he's probably on staff at this point.
Yeah, I think Andy is on staff.
I think
unofficially.
Andy's title is the Twitter recruiting coordinator.
Yes.
The lead Twitter recruiting coordinator.
Yes. So repeat, Andy, you do not have to reach out to Jordan Davis. I think the situation has been handled. I think we're good to go. Okay? All right? We good. No need to reach out. No need to reach out. He has talked to the right people, and we good. All right? 865-255-03, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. It's recruiting. These things happen. You got other coaches in his ear. You got other schools in his ear. You know, maybe you have self-doubt. Anything could be a factor here. So we're good, Andy. Stand down. Stand down, Andy. Stand down.
We are good for now.
Stand down.
We are good for now. It's
always for now.
It's
with recruiting.
Right. But it's May 17th, and National Signing Day, depending on when he wants to sign, is in December or in February, which is a long ways away. Jeremy Pruitt will have completed his second season on Rocky Top by the time Jordan Davis needs to sign.
Hey.
So it may be good for now, but I still think it's a concern going forward because things can change on a dime.
There's only one player that I feel the most confident in who is currently committed, and that's the quarterback. simply because he played quarterback. But everyone falls under that for now label.
Correct.
Because they're not signed yet. So Jordan Davis you probably feel less confident about the others, rightfully so. But putting things in perspective, I feel like that about every kid who's committed and not signed. I feel the best about Harrison Bailey because he plays quarterback. 865-255-03 B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline this morning. Swain event fueled by Dead End Barbecue, which sounds like a really good idea for lunch.
I'm down if we can go early.
We mean like as soon
as the doors open, we're there.
That sounds like a good idea. Chip Payne, Swain, you know the saying, beggars can't be choosy. Well, Tennessee football is certainly some beggars right now, and we need to go after all the recruits. ATL VFL says it will be called the NBZ, the National Bone Zone.
Yeah, the Bone Zone will no longer be in Knoxville, unfortunately.
I'm saying Bone Zone in a different time zone.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I want to add.
He gets drafted by like the Hawks, which I don't doubt. I don't think that's going to happen because they already have a pretty good guard running the franchise around.
I would be surprised if the Hawks drafted Jordan Bone, considering that they have Trae Young.
Or unless they say, hey, Terry Rozier, been talking about getting up out of there. Maybe they replace Terry Rozier with Jordan Bone, the Celtics. I'm thinking about all the teams on the East Coast, like the Eastern time zone, because if he gets drafted to a team that is located in the Eastern time zone, then I can't say Jordan Bone in a different time zone because it would be the same time zone that he played in.
Yeah, but I don't think the Hawks would draft Jordan Bone because they have Trae Young and how young Trae Young is. But I also don't know if teams are going to be drafting Jordan Bone to be an immediate starter. Like, I could see the Nets drafting Jordan Bone and letting him play behind D'Angelo Russell while he becomes accustomed to the NBA and playing point guard at that level.
Yeah, we'll see. Vol Girl 63 says, sounds to me like us season ticket holders are getting squeezed again. Still paying high donation for Old South End Zone with basically no concessions. Small bathrooms with lines, with long lines and no shelter from the lightning when it storms. And I pay $100 for the Georgia, Bama, or big game ticket. That's an interesting perspective. I didn't think about it from the season ticket holder perspective.
I mean, they are getting squeezed because she just mentioned she has to pay $100 for the Georgia and Alabama game, whereas now Alabama
seats better.
It depends. I mean, I guess. I mean, theoretically, they are probably better.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're better. That makes sense for her seats to be better if she's paying more.
Yes, and I'm sure they are because I highly doubt that with this Vol Pass, the seats that will be available to pick from on Monday before the game will be at the 50-yard line 20 rows up.
T-Vol 376 says they have been doing Vol Pass and Lady Vol Passes for basketball the past 2 seasons, maybe 3. It's great, and I'm glad they are doing it for football. TCC says if they are 2-2 with losses to Florida and BYU, I guarantee that StubHub will be cheaper than $35. Joe from Asheville says, I did this for the basketball season. It is great and easy. However, the tickets will be on the upper level, but the tickets are easy to claim. Yeah, I would imagine those seats will be up top.
Yeah, and personally, I don't mind sitting up top in the sense of I think some of the best views of Neyland Stadium are within the first couple of rows in the upper deck. You can see the entire field. You can see the plays develop, whereas I hated sitting in the student section depending on how low you were because if you were within the first 10 rows in the lower bowl, you couldn't see the other side of the field, whereas in the upper deck, you can see the entire field and see the plays develop.
Yeah. Johnny said he listened to the Jeremy Pruitt interview, and he said I sounded nervous. No. No. I will let Ben explain to you how not nervous I was. So, Ben, when you answered the phone, I read off this message from Johnny. He says he thought I sounded nervous and uneasy. Didn't sound like normal Swain at all. Ben, remember our conversation before we had Pruitt on the night before?
I do. I texted you as I was leaving the gym and was like, hey, how do you want to split up questions tomorrow? I don't want to, step on your toes. And I was like, I'll probably just let you control the entire interview. And your response was, it's Jeremy Pruitt, just another guest. He's not different than anyone else. Same as any other guest. That was your response.
Let's go to the B Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Yeah, maybe if I sounded nervous, maybe because I had gas or something. I don't know.
Your stomach did start hurting right before the interview.
Is it really? Yeah, maybe that's why I sounded like that. Maybe
I didn't think you sounded nervous.
No, dude. Trust me. I see Jeremy Pruitt as a normal guy. I don't see celebrities or those guys like celebrities or ladies like celebrities. When I was in Charlotte, I told y'all the story about how I saw Cam Newton and Steph Curry in the same area, and I was like, "Hey, wife, there goes Steph Curry right there. There go Cam Newton right there." That's why I stopped becoming a Cam Newton fan.
You saw my twin.
No, I saw Steph Curry. I saw Steph. He looked nothing like you. Sorry, Ben. Who we got there?
The Wizard.
The Wizard. Good morning, Wizard.
Hey, what's going on, Swain?
What's up, Wizard?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, I was listening there. Y'all had Jeremy Pruitt on the show? I must have missed that one, bro.
Yeah, Tuesday. Tuesday.
Okay, yeah, I had a doctor's appointment that day. I wasn't able to listen. I'll have to go back and check that out.
Check it out, man. Let me know what you think, man. Let me know if you think I sounded nervous, because I wasn't. But let me know if you thought I sounded nervous.
Yeah, I'll check it out, man. I mean, I would understand if you was, though. I mean, I know, but see, you're a little bit different because you was a high recruited athlete, played on the big stage, you know what I'm saying? So you're kind of a semi-celebrity in your own right. So it probably doesn't affect you as much as it would, some average Joe like me.
Oh, Wizard. That's nice. That's nice. So you've been hanging around Chris Lowe too much, man. Chris Lowe got a hold of you.
Hey, man, speaking of Jeremy Pruitt, what do you think about all these kids entering the transfer portal and those the kids that, got dismissed or left Florida or whatever the case may be? You think that he's trying to really get in on some of that action, or is he kind of content with what he already has?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Tennessee is getting in on those players, and maybe they have behind the scenes, and a guy like Chris Steele, who was one of the top players in the country last year, you realize that he just wanted to be on the West Coast, so you don't have a shot, and we don't hear about it. But it doesn't seem like it because publicly we haven't heard anything.
What about that kid that just left from Clemson? What, Shaq Willis or something like that? He was a 4-star prospect.
Malik Willis left Auburn yesterday.
No, I'm talking. There's a Shaq. I just read an article on one of the ball recruiting sites. Shaq something from Clemson, 4-star linebacker.
Let's see here. Oh, Shaq Smith enters
there you go.
Transfer portal. Yeah. Okay. All right.
See, the Wizard knows. The Wizard knows his stuff. I keep up on this.
That's right. That's right. Now we got to get you caught up on the Pruitt interview. Then you'll be.
That's right. I'm going to check it out as soon as I get off the phone, man.
Then you'll be 100%.
But I'm on real quick. I'm just going to say, man, I think this season. I know a lot of people are, pessimistic and have every right to be. I'm usually that guy. Like, I'm a glass half empty kind of guy. Just kind of fan I am.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly think that this is going to be a solid year, man. I think that we're for sure going to win 8 games. I think that we can win 9. I think Garantano is going to take a real big step forward.
Okay.
I think our offensive line is going to improve. If Trey Smith can get on the field, that's going to be a huge boost as well. But I think that the biggest thing that gives me confidence is our secondary and our wide receiving group. Like, we've got an elite wide receiving core. Our secondary is going to be much improved, and we've got to make a step this year because next year it's going to get real tough. The schedule is going to be a lot harder with Oklahoma on it, and we're losing like 12 to 13 seniors. Like 4 of our top wide receivers are gone, Linebackers, we're going to be hurt next year as far as talent goes if we don't have a great recruiting class coming up this year as well, and it hasn't been good so far. So I'm going to go out on a limb, say we're going to win 9 games and get to a ball game under Jeremy Pruitt's second year.
I like
Have a good day.
I like it, Wizard. The thing about the following year, you're going to be better in the trenches than probably this year because all the freshmen, linemen, and linebackers, they'll be sophomores, but you are going to have to rely on sophomore Ramel Keaton and sophomore
A receiver?
Golly, man. Gerard Means.
Yes, Gerard Means. And then Cedric Tillman would be a redshirt sophomore. He's a guy that – don't give me that look. I mean, what other guy are you looking at? I mean, Jordan Murphy will be a senior. And then it's Ramel Keaton and Cedric Tillman and Gerard Means. So don't look at me like that.
You're going to say Cedric Tillman's name again?
Yes, because that's the only the receivers that Tennessee will have next year.
No offense to Cedric Tillman.
And Josh Palmer if he decides to come back for another year, and Jacquez Jones.
No offense to Cedric Tillman. He just needs to do a little bit more. Remember, he has a new position coach. He has a new offensive coordinator. And Tennessee is going to be probably bringing in 4 receivers this past coming season. So he better
pick it up.
He better show up and show out. Yeah. I've seen this story happen 1,000 times. I've actually been in this story a couple times. So it just lines up for Cedric Tillman to be recruited over, unless he turns it up. That's why I looked at you that way.
No, I get it.
No disrespect to Cedric Tillman. Yeah, none
I was just saying he's a potential option. And if Tennessee doesn't recruit anybody, they'll be stuck with Cedric Tillman.
I'm a potential model.
Technically, anybody can be a model these days.
You potentially look like Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So this Clemson linebacker who's in the transfer portal, he seems to have he graduated and he's a grad transfer. So I don't think that's happening. Don't think Tennessee is going to be an option for him. 865-255-03 B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. I hope that changes. Hope I'm wrong. Be right back.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers, or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is the best place in Knoxville to get your happy hour barbecue fix. With new specials and a new menu, there is something for everyone. Dead End Barbecue is offering new happy hour small plate specials starting at just $4. Come in Monday through Friday from 2 to 6 p.m. and enjoy shrimp po' boy sliders, taco bites, barbecue shrimp cocktail, bologna pups, or deviled eggs. Also, enjoy $1 off draft beer and premium pours. Dead End Barbecue. The happy hour search is over.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
As summer selling season heats up, here are 3 home features buyers are loving. Borrow a few or all of these to potentially up the appeal and value of your home. Number 1, get back to basics. Never underestimate the power of a nice walkway, quality mulch, some flowering shrubs, and a couple of nice planters. Number 2, embrace a new neutral. While beige and white are classic, new neutrals are trending. Opt for soft grays, or you can even try a neutral blue. Number 3, open space is all the rage. Homebuyers are still on the hunt for open concept floor plans. Even if your rooms are enclosed, mirrors and ample natural light can help open up your space. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, you need a professional that will be by your side every step of the way. Call me, Jennifer Morris, with Keller Williams Realty at 865-694-5904 or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
Around the SEC, powered by 42nd Street Marketing, your game-winning play call for design, marketing, and branding.
Around the SEC is brought to you by 42nd Street. Design42sd.com is the website. Call Mike at 865-382-7007 for all your marketing needs, print design, website design, and logo design. Ben, what we got today?
We're going back to Florida.
Is this for what segment?
It should be. We are going back to Florida because Florida running back LaMichael Pirine could face battery charges after an incident with a tow truck driver. Another offseason issue for Dan Mullen. Gators starting running back LaMichael Pirine may face a battery charge after an incident with a tow truck driver on May 7th. The tow truck driver accused Pirine of grabbing his arm when he tried to tow his mother's car, which did not have a required decal. State Attorney Bill Curvone said Pirine was not arrested, but he could be issued a notice to appear in court pending a prosecutor's review. Cervone is not convinced the allegation rises to the level of a battery charge. That is BS. There's a certain amount of touching that is not intended to be a criminal matter. I could put my arm on your shoulder as I walk past you, and technically that's battery. Some people revel in something that's not a big deal. It's a football player, and it becomes the end of the world. This incident is just the latest in a string of rough offseason issues for the Gators. Now, I agree with the attorney. This is not a big deal. Like, really? He grabbed your arm, and you're gonna face charges?
I think this is piling on.
It is. But still, it's fun. From a Tennessee fan perspective, it is fun to see another incident pop up. Is it not? Am I going too far?
No, I mean you're okay in reading it and making it part of the segment because it is SEC news, but like I'm not absolving what this player did because we was taught at a young age, keep your hands to yourself, right? And you can't invade someone else's privacy. There's a bubble that you need to respect when it comes to a person's personal space. And even in a friendly way, some folks are like way. You ever talk to someone who's like way too close to you when they talk? It's like, dude, back up.
Yes.
In my space, man. Take 2 steps back.
The worst, though, is when you take a step back to get further away, and then they just take 1 step forward and get back right in your space.
Touchy feeling, like, man,
Ugh.
back up. Give a brother some breathing room. So you do want to respect someone's personal space. I think this is a little over the top.
It is absolutely over the top, so we will move on. Auburn quarterback Malik Willis has announced that he will transfer, the junior quarterback and Atlanta native.
What you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, Willis?
The Atlanta native entered spring camp as one of 4 players battling for the starting quarterback position following the departure of Jarrett Stidham. And Gus Malzahn revealed that redshirt freshman Joey Gatewood or true freshman Bo Nix will start for Auburn in the season opener against Oregon. So
7-5.
Yeah, in two seasons at Auburn, Willis has passed for 69 yards, nice, and 1 touchdown, while rushing for 309 yards and 2 touchdowns. He appeared in 7 games as a freshman and 5 as a sophomore. Now, you mentioned Auburn will go 7-5 this year. I'm not saying I disagree or agree, but I will say every season, every time people doubt Auburn going into the year, that's always the year that they do something big.
Let me look at this schedule.
And they'll be good defensively. I just do not trust Gus Malzahn on offense. But, hey, now that he is solely the person calling plays on offense, maybe that benefits Auburn. I think they lose their season opener to Oregon. I am a huge believer in Justin Herbert. I love his game. So that's 1 loss.
Yeah, I see 5 L's.
Definitely losing to Alabama.
Georgia. They play Florida this year.
Where?
At Florida.
When? Who do they play before?
Mississippi State.
I think they'll beat Mississippi State.
Got LSU on the 26th of October.
I think they'll lose to Oregon, lose at A&M. Florida is a toss-up to me. I think they'll lose at LSU. I think they'll lose to Georgia and Alabama. So, yeah, 5 losses. All I'm saying is that every time we go into a season and saying, Auburn's going to be 6-6, 7-5, 8-4, that's the year they win 10 games and make it to Atlanta. And then the years that we think they're going to win the SEC championship, make a run at a college football playoff, they poop the bed.
Auburn football under Gus Malzahn is like the relationship where, like, the other person, you wake up, you're like, man, I'm dumping them. And then that's the day where they do something really nice and sweet for you. And you're like, dang, man, I can't dump them today. And the next day, they give you a reason to dump them. And then the next day, they do something really awesome and cool, and you like them again. Like, every time Auburn is like, yeah, we got to fire this dude, he comes back the next season, and he wins like 9, 10 games, or he beats Alabama. And then you're like, oh, man, we can't fire him now. And then the next season, he loses to a team like Tennessee at home. And then everyone's upset and mad and want to fire him again.
Had no business losing that football game.
That's what happens. That's what happens at Auburn right now. That's what's going on at Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
I still think they go 7-5, unless Nick Marshall or a quarterback that's really, really fast walks through that door.
I think Bo Nix, the guy that will probably end up starting, will be a good quarterback. It's just he's a freshman. And his first start is going to be against Oregon. Good luck.
Yep. 865-255-03, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Let's take a break. I like that song. Why are you playing that song?
Go Steelers.
Swain event.
For what is coming up on the Swain event.
There is a slight chance of showers today, mostly sunny with a high of 85 and a low of 64. A 20% chance of showers tomorrow with a high near 88 and a low around 64. Sunshine on Sunday with a high in the mid-80s. Weather on the Swain event is brought to you by B-Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, B-Dry can help. BDry.com. B-Dry is celebrating 60 years of protecting homes across the U.S. They are the basement and crawl space experts. There has been historic rainfall in East Tennessee recently. If you are experiencing wet foundation walls, puddles on your floor, or water where your floor and wall meet, then you should call B-Dry. They have over 500,000 customers nationwide. B-Dry gives free estimates for all homeowners, financing is available, and if you mention the Swain event, B-Dry will give you $500 off a full perimeter basement waterproofing solution. Wet basement? Better call B-Dry, 865-588-0454 or online at bdry.com.
Goes your car insurance.
Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
It's your boy, Big Will from Old Ben Franklin Motors in Alcoa, Tennessee, 911 Louisville Road. Yes, it's getting hot, and I know it's summertime getting close by, and I know you're looking for that new ride. So come on out to 911 Louisville Road, ask for Big Will, get $1,500 off, and we're giving a free vacation to anybody that buy a new car. You're going to get a free vacation to anywhere, 3 days, 3 nighs, all the way up to the end of June. A free vacation if you come in, buy a car from 911 Louisville Road, Alcoa, the new Old Ben Franklin Motors. We're going to give you 3 days, 3 nights, free vacation. Good credit, bad credit, slow credit. Guess what? We will get you approved. So call me now, 865-980-8216. Set up your appointment. Come in, get your car, and get your 3 days, 3 nights, 3 vacation. Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
Dan Mullen posing awkwardly with recruits.
For what?
Gators working out wearing costumes.
For what?
Vanderbilt making a sorority-style video.
For what?
Aaron Murray and David Pollock opening their mouths.
For what?
Sometimes I forget that this state is actually a state.
Idaho?
Yeah, you are. I know. Got him. No, not that one. Because I think about Idaho because of the potatoes.
I think the potatoes.
I'm reminded about Idaho.
North Dakota.
Yeah, I do forget about North Dakota sometimes.
Well, I don't forget about North Dakota because of the football team, North Dakota State. They're really good at Division II. South Dakota.
Yeah, I do forget about New Hampshire.
I forget about New Hampshire as well.
But not today. A New Hampshire school cafeteria worker was fired for giving a student food even though he couldn't immediately pay. According to the New Hampshire union leader, former cafe services employee Bonnie Kimball, who worked in the Mascoma Valley Regional High School lunchroom, said she let a boy take $8 worth of food on March 28th as a district manager looked on. Quote, "I quietly said, Tell your mom you need money. The boy paid the tab March the 29th, a day after receiving the food. The boy paid the tab on also the same day that the cafeteria worker was fired. In a letter dated April the 9th, the food vendor said the district manager saw Kimball violate the company's cash handling procedures, the school's charge policy, and federal regulations governing free meals. $8. Kid don't have his money. You give him a meal, and you fire the cafeteria worker over $8. Where are we going right now in humanity to where we're going to sit there and expect an old cafeteria worker who's probably a grandmother look at a child in her eyes and go, sorry, you got to go hungry. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So that is my first for what today. Ben, you know what? I'm gonna let you go if you want to go next.
Nope. I got it. I had the same exact for what.
My next for what goes to Patrick Peterson.
Oh, I'm so disappointed.
Patrick Peterson was slapped with a 6-game suspension. This suspension will cost him $3.8 million because of PED use. Cannot take banned substance. And so he has been suspended. Now, he did own it. He did explain what happened. But still, he will not be able to help his team for 8 games. He was a guy that wanted out for a little bit. Wanted to be traded, and then they got together, and he felt better about the direction of the franchise, and he's staying. But he's a captain, man. You can't allow yourself to be suspended. You got to be really careful about things you put in your body. He understands that. Every athlete understands that. So he still gets it for what, though? That's a lot of money to be just thrown away because of negligence. So he gets it for what today?
Yeah, I was disappointed to see this because he was one of my favorite NFL football players.
Dang, he's not your favorite anymore?
Mm-mm.
Because of this?
Yeah.
Man, why do you have these strict standards? Why you dislike people so
Please
quick?
tell me what he did again.
He took a banned substance.
All right.
It's not like he was David Boston, who former Ohio State wide receiver, who like you know he was intentionally taking PEDs to get stronger. Like that's different than accidentally taking something.
My point is, I don't dislike Patrick Peterson now, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to like root for him or anything. I was a fan of his. I'm not. If to me that is cheating. And I go back to baseball. I was an A-Rod fan. I am no longer an A-Rod fan. I have a one-strike policy when it comes to banned substances in any sport. I love Juju Smith-Schuster. If this came out, I would no longer like Juju Smith-Schuster.
So if Juju took Adderall without prescription, you know he would be pretty much treated the same. I want you to think about this. Would you treat Juju Smith-Schuster the same way? Hour 3 coming up.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
In debt? In too deep? Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union says, stop treading water and get out of the deep end. If you've got debt, make a splash and come get some cash. If Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union can refinance your car, boat, camper, motorcycle, credit cards, personal or home loan, they'll pay you up to $500. So come take the plunge right now. Refinance your loans. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union will pay you. 5 convenient locations. Visit atfcu.com. Equal housing lender.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
It's freezing in here, Mary. What's wrong with your heater? The repairman can't get here till next week. Sugar, you've got the wrong guy. My guy is fast and has free heating service calls when he does the repair.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Hiller. Take advantage of a free service call with any repair.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
You're listening to the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com.
We're going to go to the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline, but I asked Ben a question before the break. I got to get your answer on the question. If Juju Smith-Schuster, your wide receiver with the Pittsburgh Steelers, if he's hit with a substance ban because of Adderall, which is known for to help with ADD, I may know a thing or two about this particular supplement, but I have a prescription, by the way. Just want to let y'all know.
So I'm assuming in this hypothetical situation that he is not prescribed to it. Because if he's prescribed to it,
no. If Juju Smith-Schuster, your wide receiver, your team, if he's hit with a ban, not saying it happened, but we know how you feel about players who get hit with PED use. Because you said you don't like cheaters. And so the reason why I'm asking you is because I think straight up steroids is different than a use of Adderall, which is also banned by the NFL unless you have a prescription. Do you look at that player as a cheater the same way you would look at a player if he's taking straight up steroids?
No.
Because I don't.
Because the reason that I said I'm out on Patrick Peterson is because they did label it a PED issue. And because I'm a baseball fan, when I hear PEDs, I think of the most, like the Sammy Sosa, the Barry Bonds, the Alex Rodriguez's, those situations. And I don't like cheaters.
Would you, if you was a Florida fan, would you be out on Will Greer? When he got in trouble for the over-the-counter substance, I think he took it like GMC.
Yes, I would be.
Man, boy, you strict.
I don't like cheaters, and even if like Juju got popped for taking Adderall that isn't prescribed to him,
you'd be out on him.
Yeah, I think so because to me, I put that in the same boat as weed. Like, yeah, it's not the end of the world, but.
You be out on somebody for getting popped for weed?
Yeah, because I think you're stupid if you're in the NFL and you're failing drug tests. You know that these drug tests are going to pop up, and you're still failing them. That's more so why I'm out in that particular situation is because you to me it's stupid to get busted for weed.
What is your definition of being out on someone?
Just not like going. I'm not like rooting against them. It's just like I'm indifferent towards them. I'm just indifferent towards them. Like, if they have success, cool. If they don't, cool. Like, I'm just,
okay,
I'm not going to go out of my way to root for them. Like, I went out of my way to root for Patrick Peterson. Like, I loved Patrick Peterson. I thought he was.
You still love him. He's good.
Nah.
Dude. You still love him.
I'm out on him.
Let's go to Chico. Chico, good morning.
What's up, guys?
What's
How you
up?
doing this morning?
What's up? What's up?
Hey, Swainy, are you old enough to remember the good old ephedra stuff that used to kickstart your heart?
Yeah, I'm aware of the supplements that had ephedra inside of it, and it was banned, man, because folks was like out here like having heart attacks and stuff.
Yeah, hopefully that's not me because I drank a lot of that feedstock ABB performance stuff for years.
Yeah, man. I don't mess with that stuff, man.
Hey, do you think on a competitive edge before these high school kids come in? I mean, I know weight working out are a big, huge thing now, and weight rooms are a huge thing. Do you think any of these kids are getting the juiced up competitive edge before they get to college to get tested just because they know they've got to grow so much and got to do so much extra? I mean, mainly I would say more in the lines and the linebacker spot.
I would be naive to say that kids are not looking for an edge. I mean, there was a time when high school I took career team a little bit, and I stopped taking it just because I ain't got time to be trying to worry about, did I take my medicine? Did I take my career team? I didn't want to get too big, too strong anyways, but I had pretty much mastered everything else, so I was like, well, let me get stronger a little bit. So I did a little career team, but it would be crazy for me to think that other players didn't go a step further and take illegal substances. I'll say this: I remember going to Arkansas for a combine. It was the only time I've been to Arkansas. Hopefully, that's the only time I ever have to go to Arkansas.
So you're not going to go to Arkansas next year when Tennessee plays there?
Nah, man, I'm good. I was doing a combine, and after the combine, this lady came up to me. She was a parent, and Chris can vouch for me because he was there. We were like, what? This lady, this parent, comes up to me and go, hey, do you know where I can find some deer antler spray for my son? I was like, what? I don't know nothing about the antler spray. No, ma'am. I don't know nothing about that. No, I have no idea what that looks like, what it smells like. I have not ever seen it before. It was just weird that a mom was asking for that. I don't think she even knew like the seriousness of like that drug. But that was at a time where, remember, I think Ray Lewis was mentioned with the antler spray, and
didn't he come back from an injury pretty quick? Yeah, and then it was found out
the bicep. I think it was a bicep or a tricep. I think it was something with his arm. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. So
and this food service lady, I mean, it breaks my heart, but the school I just came from, my head coach kind of did some of that, and he was the dean of students, and they removed him from dean for feeding kids that were not affording lunch. So it hits home to me, and he's torn up about it. Of course, that school does everybody wrong. They let me go from my job 2 weeks before I had my third child, but they wanted me to stay on and coach football, which I did because I love the kids.
Yeah, that just don't make sense to me, man. To allow a young person to go hungry. I mean,
we got to take care of our youth.
Yeah,
that's our
man.
future, I mean, and that's a teaching moment.
Yeah, I ain't a big fan of that. But I've never been in that situation where I've had to turn down a kid or have a job, have a duty to where I had to make sure everyone paid. I'm not in that position, so it's probably easy for me to sit here and say that kid was allowed to eat, but I don't know the rules. I would have given the kid $8. That's just me, but I just hate to see that.
Yeah, I mean that's probably just as bad, Either way they look at it, they're like, both ways are wrong, but both ways aren't wrong. You're taking care of a kid, and in the end, you got paid the next day. So it's not like, I mean, I don't know. It's overblown, and the poor lady now, who probably wasn't making much money anyways, out of the job.
Well, I think that story go viral, man. I think people will come to our aid, man. We've seen, school district a couple days ago try to feed kids who owe money, cold sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and yogurt company Chobani came to the aid, donated $50,000. A lot of people raised money, and then they paid the entire debt off for all those kids, and now those kids are able to eat hot lunches. So I think in this case, social media will rally around this lady, and the right thing will be done. Hopefully.
Hey, one more question on my way out.
Yes, sir.
on the equipment side, I'm kind of up in on these Vices helmets, and I write, you know, if you don't have that much money, I'm into the Zenith helmets, not just for rating, just because I've worked with them side by side. What are your thoughts, you know, playing the game, safety, conscientious, what do you think, top to bottom, what do you like? I mean, have you ever tried the Vices helmet on the soft shell?
No, I have not. I know that with 7-on-7, you see more and more of the head protection wear out there in summer, which I think is a fantastic thing to see, because you don't want these guys running into each other with no pads on and brain injuries happening. We don't want that at all. I know helmets are improving each and every day. So the helmet that I had, I don't think it was special at all. I know they started to kind of change a little bit during the late 2000s and in the 2010s, excuse me. But I'm not up on the latest technology with helmets. I'm not.
I got you. The Vices guy came around, and of course he was a South Carolina. I think he was a third-string quarterback at one point. His name was Rod Tradford, and we tried on the helmet, loved it, and of course at that time it was $1,600. We're like, whoa, how do you afford it? You're saying 4 kids can't get this helmet, you know, for safety. You know, now it's $800 and a little less, which still isn't good, but you know, it's a really nice helmet, and the Zenith helmet's really nice also. That I hope Tennessee, that's probably the only helmet they don't have. I saw them sprinkle in some Vices last year. The safety, what's his name?
Nigel?
Yeah, Nigel had one on last year, and then some of the linemen. So I'm glad to see, you know, the safety aspect getting better with the game, you know, because that's a big part I care about also with the kids.
No, absolutely, Chico, and thank you for the phone call. Hope you have a great weekend. This spring we saw where a lot of the players had on the protective wear over the helmets, because you're going to be banging a lot in practice, and if you can reduce some of that contact, then why don't you? So I like what Tennessee's doing there. Vol Girl on the text box. Instead of a swear jar, you need a no disrespect jar that you put $1 into every time you say something like no disrespect to. I'm not trying to call them out, but because you say those things a lot and proceed to immediately call out a player. At the end of the football season, you can donate the money to Clarify. Listen.
To charity.
Donate the money to charity. Did I call out the player? Did I call out that player? Being honestly,
I believe this is in reference to Cedric Tillman.
Well, yeah,
in our conversation earlier,
you mentioned him. You mentioned Cedric Tillman being what, a junior.
Next year he will be a redshirt sophomore.
Did he redshirt? Okay, so he redshirted last year. That's right. He played a little bit last year, but with the redshirt rules, yeah. So he'll be a redshirt sophomore. Now, let's understand Cedric Tillman's history. Cedric Tillman was on his way to walking on at USC from Bishop Gorman High School. Does that mean anything right now? No, because you have the tools to be as good as you want to be. Do we feel like Cedric Tillman is going to be in the 2-deep rotation at every wide receiver position this year?
Nope.
Okay, no. Do we feel like Tennessee is going to go out there and recruit 4 really good wide receivers this year with the departure of Jawan Jennings, Brandon Johnson, Marquez Callaway,
Tyler Bird, and potentially Josh Palmer.
Potentially, dude. So we feel like 4 or 5 receivers will be probably recruited, right? Signed.
Probably. Okay. Hopefully.
Okay.
Better.
Anything that you saw from Cedric Tillman last year as a true freshman that made you feel like he is going to be in the rotation a lot this year?
I did not.
Anything during the spring you saw that made you feel like he's going to be in the rotation?
I did not.
Okay. The reason why I do feel like I have to say no disrespect is because in this age of sports talk radio, this age of message boards, social media, that if you do not clearly make your intentions known, then people will make your intentions for you. And then they will twist what you say when you may not mean any disrespect. So that's why, in this case, I said that. Because as a former player that played here, doing this job, you would not believe me if I said about every kid who wears orange, oh man, he gonna be good this year. Oh, he's gonna help us win. Or yeah, he's gonna be a starter. Or yeah, he's gonna have a great career. Or he's gonna be amazing. You wouldn't believe me. So me saying what I said about Cedric Tillman was the nicest way that I can say, unless he steps it up, he's probably going to be recruited over. And that's just the truth. So I'm not taking the text box message too seriously here, but I don't think I called Cedric Tillman out. I think I was pretty nice. But I do have to preference some of my criticisms about our own players sometimes, because it ain't personal and it's not like I'm trying to be me and throw a kid under the bus, but kind of gotta be honest to the listeners and be as fair as possible. I think the last thing you want to hear is me come on here and be like, hey, man, we're going to win 10 games this year. Yep. 10 games. Pumping that sunshine. When I truly don't believe it, I think you would rather have the honesty. But the fact that I do have to say no disrespect is in response to how things are taken out of context and how things are misrepresented on social media and message boards. So, yep, I gotta do that. I hope I'm wrong though. I hope Cedric Tillman tears it up. He has a body type, but I know how these things work. I've been in it before. If you don't tear it up in your freshman, entering your second season in the spring, man, they probably gonna be looking for some dudes to replace you. So this is gonna be a big old fall for him. Big fall for him. If not, then he'll be a guy that's gonna be like Tyler Bird. How Tyler Bird was used last year. Just maybe some during the running game and maybe during a couple of plays in passing game, but not used a ton. That's the way it works. That's the way it works. Swain event. Be right back.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Have you noticed lack of energy, motivation, and drive? Call the Low T Center and schedule a complete health assessment today. Whether you have sleep apnea and need a CPAP or have low testosterone or low thyroid levels, Low T Center will get you feeling great again. If you're a man over 30 and haven't had an annual checkup, don't wait until you feel bad. Do yourself a favor and get a quick and easy health assessment today. Services are covered by most health insurance. Call 865-392-1388 or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
It's your boy, Big Will from Ben Franklin Motors in Alcoa, Tennessee. 911 Louisville Road. Yes, it's getting hot, and I know it's summertime getting close by, and I know you're looking for that new ride. So come on out to 911 Louisville Road, ask for Big Will, get $1,500 off, and we're giving a free vacation to anybody that buy a new car. You're going to get a free vacation to anywhere, 3 days, 3 nights all the way up to the end of June. A free vacation if you come in by car from 911 Louisville Road, Alcor, the new open Franklin Motors. We gonna give you 3 days, 3 nights, free vacation. Good credit, bad credit, slow credit. Guess what? We will get you approved. So call me now, 865-980-8216. Set up your appointment. Come in, get your car, and get your 3 days, 3 nights, 3 vacation. Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is the best place in Knoxville to get your happy hour barbecue fix. With new specials and a new menu, there is something for everyone. Dead End Barbecue is offering new happy hour small plate specials starting at just $4. Come in Monday through Friday from 2 to 6 p.m. and enjoy shrimp po' boy sliders, taco bites, barbecue shrimp cocktail, bologna pups, or deviled eggs. Also, enjoy $1 off draft beer and premium pours. Dead End Barbecue. The happy hour search is over.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical right now. You can save up to $70. Actually, $69 right on the spot because with your service at Hiller, your service call fee is that most companies apply and charge you for. Hiller does not charge you for. So that service call that you make to Hiller, when you get service done by them, they waive that fee. So you save $69 right off the top. They serve Tennessee from the east all the way to the west. Memphis and Knoxville, Bowling Green, Kentucky, and Huntsville, Alabama. Happy Hiller on Twitter, happyhiller.com. Let's get to our good friend Titans Bill. I am bracing for Titans Bill to get at me this morning. Titans Bill, good morning.
Buddy, I'm going to be a good boy today. I really am. It's been a good week for me. I was over at your alma mater. Well, it's my alma mater, too, but the only one difference, I was there longer than you have. I used to work at UT.
That's Grissom High School?
That's right, UT.
And I went to see my nephew graduate. This was on a Tuesday, so the Gibbs High School had their graduate commencements over at Thompson Bowling Arena.
How about that, Titans Bill, man? I missed the chance to get a chance to meet you in person.
And another one that I went to, and then yesterday I went to see a ball game, and I'll tell you, Jason, it seems like winning baseball is back at the University of Tennessee. I mean, our baseball team was aggressive, especially on defense. And if they could play like that throughout the rest of the series, there's a good chance they can go 500.
We had Chris Burke on early this morning, Titans Bill, and I would really love to see these dudes play in person. That was a goal of mine this baseball season, and it's almost coming to a close to where I need to make some moves because I really want to see these guys in person. And they play this evening.
You and Titans Bill should go to the game together tonight, 6:30.
Let's hang out tonight, Titans Bill.
Well, I wish I could, but
Titans Bill, you turning me down, man?
No, I'm not turning you down, my good friend. I'd never do that to you. But I'll tell you, I believe that Tony. There's a difference. I told this to one of my faculty buddies who's now retired, who I went to the game with. I said, there's a difference between the person who was the previous coach in Vitello, and the difference of it is defense. And I saw a lot of great defensive plays yesterday by our boys, especially by that first baseman, and that center fielder made an excellent catch to end the ball game yesterday. So, man, the situation of it is in winning baseball. Offense, you have to have some good guys who can hit, and some players who knows how to play the D, and we have it.
We do, Titans Bill. You are the man. Hopefully, I'll see you around the baseball game, Titans Bill.
Okay, buddy.
My good friend, have a good weekend. Who we got next?
Tater,
good morning.
Morning, Jason, Ben.
How you doing, sir?
Listen, I'm doing great, bro. I got some feedback here somewhere.
If you listen to the show, you might need to turn that off while you on the call with us, if you can.
All right, I talked through the thing. I'm on the earbuds. Is it bothering you guys?
No, it's not bothering me.
All right, check it out, Ben. First of all, man, kudos on all your updates on the baseball stuff. You know, a lot of us are working or whatever, aren't able to watch the games, and I really appreciate your efforts in your tweets and stuff, letting us know what's going on with the games. And it also helps promote, Tennessee baseball, which I think is good for school. Jason, I went back and listened to the interview with you and Pruitt. You weren't nervous. Johnny's on the weed, dude. Johnny's on the weed, man.
Oh, the CBD oil, I don't know.
He may be on that Adderall, too.
Maybe a little bit of everything.
Pruitt is a hard interview,
Yep.
It's like pulling teeth out of this man. It sounded like he just woke up out of bed, and, pulling stuff out of him is crazy. Re-listening to the interview, though, y'all, I heard him say the same word several times, familiar. He said it about T. He said it about Chaney. And there was one other he said about with the university. I can't remember. Ansley.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Ansley?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He used that word last year several times. It took me back to last year when he used that word about J.J. Peterson, when everybody was wondering what's up with the unicorn. Does the unicorn exist? Is the unicorn going to get here? What's going to happen with the unicorn? But he kept using this word with Peterson. You hear all these bad things about he wasn't performing in the weight room. He wasn't adapting to the college life. He wasn't, he just wasn't coming along like a lot of people thought he would. But Pruitt kept saying the word, I'm familiar with J.J., JJ's going to be okay, da-da-da-da-da. So that brought me back to the Peterson and what's up with him as brother and I are talking about the linebackers. Have you heard, is there anything different been said about him taking a step up?
Not yet. I have not heard anything. Hopefully I hear something good during meantime. And he's a player that should definitely be here. And we'll get some good reports hopefully during the summer about him, because he is a player that I'm going to be keeping up with probably the most out of everyone.
Me too. We my little brother. Now, Mark is my brother. He calls him probably a little more than I do. Yeah, right? We were going to mess with you guys and decided not to. We was going to take it easy on you. But listen, so talk us off. We're going to win in the Swamp this year. We're going to beat Florida in the Swamp this year.
I wouldn't be surprised. Right? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised
at all. All right, Jason, with that being said, brother, talk me out of 10-2.
Nah, man, don't do that to yourself.
Jason, talk me out of 10-2.
Don't do that to yourself, man. Offensive line is
depth?
A question. Yeah, depth is a question. I mean, 10-2. Don't do that to yourself. Do not expect that.
If we beat Florida in the Swamp, we flip up on somebody.
I mean, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself to the only two losses would be Alabama and Georgia, and then you beating everybody else. I don't know about that, man. I don't think this roster is put together to do that. In this conference, with the lack of depth and injuries that may take place, I don't see it. I don't see that.
Okay. We have the type of freshmen now with the recruiting class and some in the last one that can step up when thrown in. We've seen other big-time programs do it with these top recruits, and we have a coaching staff now that can develop these players.
Correct.
So with the recruiting classes that we're getting and some of the young freshmen we have coming in, I look for some of them to contribute early.
Some, but
early. Absolutely.
Yeah, some.
Was it?
But for us to win that amount of games, that means you have to hit on all your freshmen. Your freshmen got to play like sophomores, and then the guys that you currently have got to play like beast. And I just don't see that. I just don't see us winning 10 games. Period.
It's hard.
Yeah, I just don't see that.
So I'm gonna give you 93, but if we go 10-2,
well, I hope you're right.
Heard it here first.
No, I hope you're right. I hope you call. I hope you're the first caller. I hope you come back.
Hey, but check out. Hey, if we go 10-2, Derek Garantino, SEC Player of the Year.
If we go 10-2, he'll be certainly on the first or second team of all SEC, I believe.
He's putting in too much work.
Yeah, I believe so with the offensive line and thank you for the phone call, my friend. Hope you have a good weekend with the offensive line. Struggles of this year, that means Jared will have to play out of his mind. There's no doubt about that. I just don't see that. 865-200-5503. We'll go back to the text box after this.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Goes your car insurance. Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Hour 3 powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. We are broadcasting live from right here inside of the Low T Center studios as well. 865-250-503 is our number to the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare. If you have low energy, you have low libido, you have that mental clarity that's a little foggy, not where it used to be, you may need to take a trip over there to the good folks at the Low T Center. If you're here in Knoxville, you can just give them a call, 865-392-1388. If you are outside of Knoxville and still in Tennessee, there's several locations inside of Tennessee that you can visit. Tri-Cities, Chattanooga, Nashville, Murfreesboro. There's locations all around the country. So get on the website and see if there's a Low T Center close to you, so that way they can get you taken care of. Taking a look at the text box here, and I'll let Ben take a look at the Facebook Live comments. ATL VFL says Jason Garrett is the Gus Malzahn of the NFL. Zell says the tow truck driver is a member of all Twitter. Yeah, man. If that tow truck driver down in Florida went to the authorities just because P. Ryan put his hand on his shoulder, he ain't supposed to do it, but I want to know what was said. I think there's more to the story than him just putting his hand on the shoulder. Maybe he said something real disrespectful. I don't know. Vol Girl says you do this a lot, not just with Cedric Tillman today. Saying no disrespect doesn't mean it's any less disrespectful. Vol Girl, what are you talking about? What? Huh? Nothing was said about Cedric Tillman that was disrespectful. Nothing. If you feel like anything that's not high praise, disrespectful, then you might want to take a look at your definition of disrespectful, because when you're talking about players on this football team, there's going to be some players who play. There's going to be some players who don't play. That's big time athletics. That's big time sports in the SEC. Not everyone's going to play. Only 11 guys can play at once. There's only a certain amount of reps for certain players. And the wide receiver room is the best room on this team. And this room is stacked with experienced talent in Jawan Jennings and Callaway, Josh Palmer, Brandon Johnson. There's experienced talent. And Cedric Tillman just looks like he's on the outside looking in to get playing time this year. That's not disrespectful. And I'll say this again. The reason why I have to preface a lot of my statements to make sure folks don't take it disrespect, because people can't listen. They don't listen. They take whatever you say, they twist it to fit what they want you to say, their narrative. So yeah, I do have to say no disrespect, because because we live in a day and age now that if you say anything other than something positive, people look at it as disrespectful. Like, I'm watching Shaq, Chuck, Kenny, Ernie on TNT. I watch ESPN with Jalen Rose, Chauncey Billups, Paul Pierce, and they're giving their analysis on the NBA playoffs. And when a guy plays bad, he plays poorly, and he says, hey, this guy has to play better, or this guy may not play, it's not disrespect. He's doing his job.
It would be disrespectful to the listener if you weren't honest when you needed to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Vol Girl. I think she's already on them drinks early this morning.
Hey, I don't blame her. It's Friday.
For the weekend.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
I don't blame her either. Stokes gave me a bottle of Crown my groomsman's present, and I would be lying if I said I didn't think about pouring up a little bit of something here in the third hour, but I will not. I will not do that. I will wait till later on this evening to have me a little crown, thanks to my good friend Stokes. But no, Vol Girl, no one's being disrespectful to Cedric Tillman. Please stop. Chico says, you think Henry T will play much this season? The answer is yes. Henry To'o, who at one point was going to Alabama, at one point was going to Washington. Things lined up for Tennessee. Tennessee gets him. Darren Kirkland Jr. is not going to be the same. He may not play football. Who knows? He has a knee. Daniel Patulli, we saw his best game as of all was in 2017 against Georgia Tech. He was all over the place, playing against Georgia Tech in their style. But the linebacker group needs more speed. They need more playmakers.
And that is what Henry To'o brings. He's athletic.
Yep.
Can play inside or out. Good speed, strong, great football IQ, good gap integrity, tremendous instincts.
Yeah.
Sounds like a linebacker Tennessee has been missing the last couple of years.
And you don't know what's up with J.J. Peterson. So I think Henry To'o will have every opportunity to be, I won't say a starter, but I think he'll play a lot of snaps this season.
Yeah, I was about to say that same thing. I don't know that he will start, but he will be in the two deep and play plenty of snaps.
Yeah. Volin Birmingham, I don't know if you talked about it, but what happened with Jordan Davis committed to us, then not even in his top 6. We covered it early in the show, I think in hour 1, but he tweeted out a top 6 graphic that didn't include Tennessee and then deleted it. I think everything is okay right now. So again, we don't know what happens in recruiting. We don't know if maybe he got cold on Tennessee, didn't communicate with Tennessee, or Tennessee did the same thing to him. I don't know. Who knows? But he's committed, and he's okay right now. He's okay. So we've called off Andy. We don't need Andy to reach out and try to find out what's going on and try to make him happy. I think we good.
Yeah. Looking at Facebook, Andy did mention that it would be a dream job for him to be on staff for Tennessee and helping recruiting. Keith Vaughn says, you can't flip an Alabama recruit to Tennessee if you don't try. And that was in relation to our earlier conversation about a 4-star linebacker from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. He is visiting Tennessee this weekend, and I mentioned that I would be weary of how much time I spend recruiting this young man because I don't know that there's a great chance that he flips from Alabama to Tennessee, and I don't want to risk missing out on other prospects because we're spending a bunch of time on a guy that the probability of him flipping isn't all that great. But Keith said, and he's absolutely right, you can't flip an Alabama recruit to Tennessee if you don't try.
Yeah, I think what you are saying about not wasting time is something that I think applies more as you get closer to the signing period. I think in May, the net is wide, and you talk to everybody, and I don't care if they're committed players or not. You talk to everyone, you gauge their interest, and then if you get some interest back from kids, then the net gets a little bit smaller, and you start focusing on the guys that at least has a little bit of interest in you. Right. You don't recruit guys and spend time recruiting guys that is super cold on you. They barely answer your text messages. They really short on the phone. They just don't really want to talk to you. Why would you continue to call that person, recruit that person, when you can talk to someone else who is 30% more interested in you as a school than another kid? I think what you're saying is right, but I do think there's a time and a place where you do try to talk to as many people as possible. But as we approach early signing period and the normal signing period, you need to spend more time on guys you actually have a chance with.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. 87 Vol, I see 7-8 wins this year, but if we went 10-2 in year 2, we will be recruiting like Georgia is right now, but with a better coaching staff, so we won't choke like them. GBO. I think as crazy as that message sounds, what did they do in the SEC championship game? Would you consider that choked?
Yeah.
Would you consider it choked?
Based off the decision that Kirby Smart made to run that fake punt, I would say that he had lemon booty at the end of that game.
Yes.
And when you have lemon booty, to me that is choking.
Yeah, lemon and lime booty. He was.
He got tight. I think in a regular game during the regular season, he does not make that decision.
What about a national championship game 2 years ago against Alabama?
I think he ran into bad luck with Tua just being tremendous in that second half and making an incredible throw. That was in overtime, wasn't it? Or was it late in the fourth quarter? Yeah, in overtime. Just I count that more as bad luck than choking.
As a Tennessee fan, I would love to be in that position to choke.
Correct.
You know, like I want to choke. Hey, I want to choke in the national championship game right now. You know, I want to choke in the SEC championship game right now. But in my opinion, Kirby did choke in those two games. You had a double-digit lead.
Mm-hmm.
You had a multi-touchdown lead against Alabama. You start to play very conservative and start playing tight, and you allowed Alabama to come back and win that game. And then in the SEC championship game last year, they definitely choked. So
yeah,
it's crazy it might sound for a team that ain't been to a bowl game in 2 years for a fan of that fan base to call Georgia chokers. I mean, those two examples, I would say yeah, but I would love to be in their position right now. So
I would too. Cedric Houston, your boy, commented on Facebook.
It's your boy, Big Said.
It's your boy, Big Will. But Big Said commented butter with 2 exclamation points. Is that an inside joke between y'all?
Yeah, that's a nickname that's a nickname that Pat Washington gave me in the wide receiver meeting room, and like a few guys called me that.
Wouldn't it be a bad thing for a wide receiver's nickname to be butter?
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot the reason why, but it
Did you drop a pass in practice or something?
It has nothing to do with catching passes, trust me.
Okay, good.
Because that nickname would have been Stickum.
Stickum.
Stickums.
Could you caught all the balls?
I caught the passes.
Interesting.
I caught the passes, man. Nice try.
Henry asked, do y'all think Tennessee can get to 9-3 this year, not counting the bowl game?
No. I don't think so.
I think Tennessee is a 7-5 team, 8-4 at best in the regular season. The depth isn't where it needs to be, in my opinion, and in order to have success throughout an entire season in the SEC, your offensive line and defensive line just have to play really good football, and I don't know if the current units are capable of doing that just yet, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think so. I hope so. I don't think so. If I had to bet money, I would not bet that at all. Let's see here. Yeah, Chick Payne, we probably gonna say that conversation for another day. That's not on a sports show. Let's see here. What else we got? ATL VFL says Bird redshirt this year.
Good, but I doubt that will happen.
Yeah, you rarely see a upperclassman redshirt unless it's injury.
The last one we saw was Marcus Jackson.
Marcus Jackson,
the offensive line on Darren Butch's
first
first season.
Was that Marcus Jackson or Bullard?
That was
it was Marcus Jackson.
Yeah, it was Marcus Jackson.
It was Marcus Jackson. And the reason why red shirt was it was a strategic move that was actually smart.
Mm-hmm.
Because you were going to lose all those offensive linemen in 2013, and so you wanted Jackson to be one of the guys that can help a young offensive line in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
So that was probably the last time, and actually the only time I've seen an upperclassman redshirted who was not hurt. Swain event. Be right back.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
There is a slight chance of showers today, mostly sunny with a high of 85 and a low of 64. A 20% chance of showers tomorrow with a high near 88 and a low around 64. Sunshine on Sunday with a high in the mid-80s. Weather on the Swain event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Do you have slow... Are there gaps where the floor and walls meet? Don't worry, B-Dry offers approved foundation repair solutions like steel I-beams, helical piering, epoxy injections, carbon fiber applications, and more. Make sure that your home is on stable ground with B-Dry. Call them at 865-588-0454 or find them online at bdry.com.
Have you noticed lack of energy, motivation, and drive? Call the Low T Center and schedule a complete health assessment today. Whether you have sleep apnea and need a CPAP or have low testosterone or low thyroid levels, Low T Center will get you feeling great again. If you're a man over 30 and haven't had an annual checkup, don't wait until you feel bad. Do yourself a favor and get a quick and easy health assessment today. Services are covered by most health insurance. Call 865-392-1388 or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
It's your boy, Big Will from Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa, Tennessee. 911 Louisville Road. Yes, it's getting hot, and I know it's summertime getting close by, and I know you're looking for that new ride. So come on out to 911 Louisville Road, ask for Big Will, get $1,500 off, and we're giving a free vacation to anybody that buy a new car. You're going to get a free vacation to anywhere, 3 days, 3 nights, all the way up to the end of June. A free vacation if you come in, buy a car from 911 Louisville Road, Alcoa, the new Open Franklin Motors. We're going to give you 3 days, 3 nights, free vacation. Good credit, bad credit, no credit. Guess what? We will get you approved. So call me now, 865-980-8216. Set up your appointment. Come in, get your car, and get your 3 days, 3 nights, 3 vacation. Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
Top 100 Barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is the best place in Knoxville to get your happy hour barbecue fix. With new specials and a new menu, there is something for everyone. Dead End Barbecue is offering new happy hour small plate specials starting at just $4. Come in Monday through Friday from 2 to 6 p.m. and enjoy shrimp po' boy sliders, taco bites, barbecue shrimp cocktail, bologna pups, or deviled eggs. Also, enjoy $1 off draft beer and premium pours. Dead End Barbecue. The happy hour search is over.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. We have a Grant Williams update, and I think it would be best if you heard it from Grant Williams himself. He just released a video through Stadium in his interview, and so here's Grant Williams on his plans.
My decision is that I'm going to stay in the NBA draft after receiving this feedback from NBA teams and how I performed and what I'm hearing. I feel confident in myself and my game as well as what I'm hearing from teams, and I'm excited to take this next step into my journey. To all fans, honestly, I just want to thank you because there's not much more I can say because you guys have been there for me. You've been amazing to me, and it's been a great 3 years. It's been a great process. I want to thank my teammates, my coaches, as well as you all, because without you all, I wouldn't be where I am at today. And please continue to guide me and please be there for me because Vol Nation has the best support in the world. And I really want to thank Garrett Maidenwald, Coach Rick Barnes, Coach Michael Schwartz, Coach Rob Lanier, Coach Kim English, and also Coach Desmond Oliver, who's my guy. He was my lead recruiter, and just want to thank them personally and thank God, thank my parents and everybody who helped me and influenced me in my decision. And all I have to say is go Vols.
Love it.
I'm sad.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
I'm depressed.
Nah, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy for Grant.
Yeah, I am too. It just stinks. One of the greatest Tennessee basketball players of all time. Top 5. Without a doubt, in my opinion. Up there with Bernard King, Chris Lofton, Ernie Drumfield.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else you want to throw in there? The number will hang in the rafters for years and years and years to come.
Mm-hmm.
And took Tennessee basketball to heights that we had never seen it taken before. In terms of being ranked number 1 for a month straight.
Yeah, the winning streak during the season.
Tied the program record for most wins in a season.
This is bittersweet. Yeah, it's bitter because he's not gonna wear orange again, and he can't help Tennessee win any games. But Grant Williams' success helped you recruit the next Grant Williams. It's bittersweet. It really is. When you are building a program, you need a Grant Williams, you need an Admiral Schofield, you need Jordan Bone to put themselves in position to go pro after not being a top 100 player, top 200 player coming into high school. If I'm a high school recruit with talent, I know what Rip Barnes can do. I know he could develop me, put me in that same position to be able to be in the NBA draft. So it's bittersweet. This helps Tennessee and also hurts Tennessee. There's short-term ramifications. There's long-term benefits. There may be short-term benefits as well. You may go out and get a freshman player that feels like they can come in and fill Grant Williams' shoes as far as a spot. Won't be able to do that as far as production and his impact on this school and this community. This conference won't be able to do that in year 1, but physically could step in and have that spot. So I'm happy for him. Anytime we have someone in orange that can go out, reach their goals, that's what Tennessee is about, right? That's the commercials that you see during football games, right? When you see these university commercials, big orange, big ideas. Those commercials are to make you feel like, hey, Tennessee's a place that can help you reach your goals, can reach your dreams. They're recruiting students because they want you to believe that we can help you attain the success that you're seeking. Grant Williams going to the NBA, you can sell that.
Yep.
You can sell that.
And it is absolutely the right decision for Grant Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. It did not make sense for him to come back whatsoever.
Go get that money, big fella. Happy for Grant Williams. Really, really, really am. Really happy for him. Handle it the right way. Classy, professional. Whoever gets him, they will be lucky. He's going to work his tail off. He's going to be a great team player, smart player. Look forward to him today balling out. For Ben McKee, I'm Jason Swain. Remember, go check out Big Will at Old Ben Franklin.
It's your boy, Big Will.
$1,500 off. Free vacation with the purchase of a vehicle. Peace and love. Have a great weekend. We are out.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought